I'll hit it.
Okay, I'm good.
All right. Hello, everyone. How are you? It's been a couple of weeks since we last played. Last week was just not happening. It was bleh. I think everyone was bleh. So this week, I think everyone's still bleh, but not as bleh as before. Because really, the world is just a bleak and terrible place. All right.
Wow.
So where we last left off, you had entered into a room that you had previously ignored, hence dubbed the Shadow Room, where there were multiple shadows kind of guarding the entrance into this cave. Within a cave, within a cave.
Excuse me. Jesus,
Okay, yeah, that's the noise they make, actually, as you approach. You killed the shadows easily, dispatched them very easily, as maybe you were just a little bit higher level than what that encounter was originally intended for, maybe. And after easily dispatching the shadows, you retrieved four emeralds, which seem to have the ability to pierce magical darkness with a little bit of light, kind of like a flashlight. And you proceeded further and further into the cave, fighting a couple of interesting encounters. You solved the Bone Collector's riddle, nearly overthinking it, nearly selecting the wrong answer because maybe teeth was too simple. But thankfully, you did not go against your gut feeling. And you proceeded through the Bone Collector's room after fighting a banshee and mining some Zerite, and eventually running into a room where there was a puddle in the center of the floor and several sarcophagi along the walls. Now you notice that these sarcophagi had bloody and muddy footprints along the sides of them. They had been tampered with, and as you opened them, you could see that there were skeletons in these. However, not all of the sarcophagi were tampered with, and as you released one of the skeletons, the puddle itself transformed, seemed to shape itself out of mud into a roper. You fought the roper. It was an interesting fight. Nothing too terribly difficult. Nothing you couldn't handle. And on dispatching the roper, you proceeded on your way forward, collecting a little bit of loot from the skeletons and the roper. Nothing incredible, but you know, a little bit here and there is always a great thing. And finally entering into a room with 6 pillars. Each of these pillars containing a not necessarily a riddle, but a fragment of something on them in 3 different languages. And this is where you met Ayura. She is a shorter woman. It's hard to tell an age or facial features or anything else because she wears a mask, and her entire body is covered in cloth in some form or fashion, except for, you know, you can see a little bit of like the neck and the hair, and the eyes. But after an exchange with Ayura, in which she takes Zhao hostage momentarily, you came to the agreement that you would assist Ayura, and she would allow you to use her encampment and show you where it is so that you could get a little bit of rest in, because everybody's starting to feel a little bit of this wear and tear on them. And this is where we pick up, where Ayura is leading you back to her little encampment, her little slice of paradise off in nowhere land. So Ayura looks backwards and says, "And we can go this way. We should be able to find the camp in, well, probably, it's just a short walk from here."
Insight check.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead. I just ate an avocado, whole and raw.
Oh, no? My character sheet freeze?
There you go.
I didn't even
okay,
chew the avocado. I just kind of swallowed the whole thing.
It's called chewing your food.
It's called inhaling avocado because avocado with salt is one of the best treats in the world. Thank you.
I rolled a 5.
Oh, you can't read her. The mask and her tone of voice. She keeps her tone very level. She's got a good poker voice. So you have no way to really read her here. You try and you're not sure about her.
All right.
And she leads you down the corridor from which you came. However, she turns a different direction at the fork in the road. Instead of going up to the north, Ayura turns to the southwest, and you begin to make your way into another room. And she stops you right before you enter in, and she looks back to you and says, "There are guards ahead. Please be careful."
Which way is your camp?
We need to go follow this wall, and she points to this wall right here along what would be your right. And she said, "We need to follow that wall, and there's another tunnel that leads further down. A pair of guards always seems to be guarding that entrance. However, they never enter into the tunnel itself. That's where I'm camped, at the end of that tunnel."
Okay. Guys, I'm gonna go do something stupid. I put Yin on Zhao. You guys make
okay.
a break for it. I'm going to get chased for a little bit. I'll see you here in a little bit.
Are you insane?
No. Yes.
Well, isn't that just going to alert someone to our presence?
I'm just one individual.
But
And
they'll
when I
be...
just disappear, what do you think they'll think it is?
How smart are these creatures?
One of them is a hellhound. I'm not sure if you're familiar with them. They're vicious beasts, not particularly intelligent, and the other one is some kind of animated suit of armor. I don't know if it's intelligent or not.
So, probably not pretty... Okay, I think this will actually work.
It's worth a try. If not, we just kill them.
They do respond to stimuli. They will go investigate things and pursue.
Only need to drag them away long enough for you guys to get away.
I also can cast invisibility.
Do you think Zhao can make it?
Amalia can cast fly on him.
I could fly. Yes, sure.
And he's not making noise. Cast invisibility on him. Bam.
What do you think, Amalia?
Why do we always gotta do things the hard way?
It's
Is
not
this the hard
hard.
way?
It's just literally a snap of my fingers, and I'm fine.
Okay.
Right. You do your way.
Okay, so is this the plan y'all are going with?
Would invisibility make your job easier?
Me?
Yes.
No, I want them to see me.
Why?
If they're chasing me and me alone, they're not going to notice you.
Fair.
She's insane.
That's why I gave you Yin.
She's a little crazy. Maybe should see some kind of like head doctor or something later. But yeah.
At this point, I think we all need help. I mean,
I feel that's a point.
Or we can go with your plan. I don't really care. It's just...
No, we can do yours.
Okay. Let's see. How am I going to do this? I'm just going to walk out there.
Okay. Be careful. The dog's really fast.
So am I.
Okay. Ayura looks back to all of you and it's just like you can see it in her eyes, just this what the fuck look.
Wait.
Yes.
I'm gonna cast haste on her.
Ooh, okay. Good to know.
Awesome.
Just in case, because it is a dog.
Alright. This is an insane plan, but sure, why not?
That's haste on.
I can't help but feel everyone around here is just going more steadily insane bit by bit. And I am
Well-
sitting here like, okay, let's just make money and do drugs.
Well, how else are we supposed to survive if we're not
We
willing
just
to take
fight them
risks?
in open combat.
Wait, are you still doing drugs?
No, of course not. No drugs.
I'm not gonna judge. I'm just curious.
Yes.
You are? Alright. You do you.
Let's go. That's enough of that.
Alright.
I push people into pits. I mean...
This is why I don't accept judgment.
Push people into pits.
Okay, so if this is the route that we're going, then I suggest we let her go in first.
That's good.
Ayura kind of sits back and she nods to you.
Okay. I walk into the room. She said it was this way, right?
Yes. By her directions, you follow the path of the wall, and you get to about like right here before you start hearing this.
Sounds like
It-
walking, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Slowly approaching, you can hear the patting of what sounds like a four-legged animal, and also somebody that is obviously wearing armor. Like it's a very heavy sound.
Okay. You is going to immediately start bolting, and she's going to press the digitation, a very loud sound.
Okay, where are you prestidigitating at?
Like right here as I run past.
Okay.
And once they make it, and I'm almost 120 feet, I'll teleport back to them.
Gotcha. So, all of this happens at basically the same time. You go ahead and roll me, in this case, an initiative check.
Initiative.
You don't have to roll it on your token. I just need an initiative check from you.
Just flat out initiative. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
16.
16. Good to know. So, as you bolt past, let's see, what's your dex?
My dex is 2.
Okay. Let me go ahead and get their sheets set up here. So as you bolt past, you hear a growl. As you prestidigitation this loud noise, you get to about
She
right
does have
here.
haste.
Yeah, I do have haste.
Right, she does have haste. You get to like right here, roughly, before you look back and you see them. Two figures begin sprinting after you. The guy in armor is tied with you in initiative. However, he is slower than you. The dog is just as fast as you are, just about. Except
I have dash as a bonus action.
right, so you're gonna dash as a bonus action, but you used your action this turn, so you only have one dash, and the dog also has a dash.
Yeah.
She's got what? That's 120 feet.
Yep, that's 120 feet. The dog has 110 with a dash.
Oh.
So the dog makes it to about right here, just behind you, right on your heels. As you dart through this area, you begin fleeing from them. You see them running, and they're fast. They're catching up to you for a moment, and then you kind of refocus and begin sprinting towards. As this happens, and you all hear this loud sound, Ayura turns to all of you. Go, come now.
Okay.
And at this point, everyone go ahead and roll me an initiative check just to see. You don't have to roll it on your token, but
Oh. Oops.
yeah, this is kind of a skill check, group skill check kind of thing.
Okay. My bad.
You're fine. It's not going to hurt anything if you did roll it on your token. Okay, and Zhao.
I forgot we can swap our names, and it swaps our character portrait down at the bottom. I love that. That's so good.
That's pretty cool.
I did too.
You're pushing
what
this
about
awfully
Zhao?
hard. Oh, Zhao, right. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Zhao.
Ah! That gnat almost flew in my eye. Initiative.
Oh, nice. Okay, so you all begin darting out as soon as you hear the noise. Ayura leads the charge out into this room, and the rest of you begin rapidly following behind her. And what you see is this large armored individual with this red energy kind of trailing off of pieces of its armor, and a sword that is now trailing fire, like molten lava almost. Following closely behind you, there is a large dog-like, shape. But as you close in on it, you start to see what it actually is. This is a hellhound. You guys have seen these once before.
Yeah.
And the chase continues. However, I need everybody at this point to go ahead and roll me a stealth check.
With advantage.
No, this is you're allowing the stealth check in the first place. The hellhound has a particular ability. Nice. 21, 23.
Oh,
Wow,
shit.
what? Hello?
Damn.
Shit, what is going on? All right, and Ayura is really good at these. So, what's she gonna roll?
That was 3 nat 20s in a row. Hello?
Okay, Ayura rolled a 31, so she's good. So that's... Yeah, you just rolled 3 nat 20s in a row. That's... Oh, what? Anyway,
We're gonna get into combat. He's gonna be shit rolls.
Yeah, probably.
the worst rolls.
It's alright. I have a plan for combat, because we're going to level up first before we actually get into some super serious combat.
That we know of.
Well,
Don't
yeah.
worry. Rolling 3 natural 20s in a row is a 14,901,000,001 chance. Or 1 in 14,901,000,000.
I should go play the lottery.
That's a guaranteed win on the lottery.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so as you begin to rush past, let me do some measurements here. And you're all dashing, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. This would be pretty simple. As you're dashing by, you do manage to get further into the cavern. The party here, you start to run. Do you run north or south? You can run north. There's 2 entrances or exits in this case that you see. There's
lead them away.
Both seem to lead away.
Yeah,
there's north and there's south.
I'm gonna go that way.
Okay, so up to the north. You begin running up to the north. The dog actually falls a little bit further behind you, and the armor is miserably behind you in comparison as well. The armor is not keeping up well at all, and you turn really quickly and you see your party disappear into the tunnel beyond. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Okay, yeah, and you turn, watch them go, and just begin to speed down this tunnel here. What are you doing?
Once I reach my max 120 feet.
You wouldn't be able to know your max of 120 feet. You wouldn't have an idea of how far away Yin is. I don't think.
Yin
you have to guess it.
To me, wouldn't she?
That doesn't mean you can sense her presence. Does it?
I don't know.
Can you sense the exact location of your familiar? Anyways, so
let me look.
You see them disappear into the tunnel, and you figure that's probably far enough.
Okay, I'm going to just round about here and disappear.
Okay, you round the corner. Make a quick stealth check.
Oh shit!
Hello?
What the fuck? Hello? Hello? You guys are gonna get in combat, and it's just gonna be a straight line. It's gonna be a wall of natural ones. I'm ready for it. Yeah, you round the corner, and all of a sudden there's this rush, and you appear directly next to you. I mean, sorry, Yen.
Peekaboo.
Ayura looks. Oh, that's a handy trick. The camp is just up here, a little ways. You can rest. I have supplies. Don't touch the crystals. And what you see in this tunnel now is as like the darkness that you were just running through resolves itself into this pale dim light that's present throughout the entire tunnel. You see these crystals that are raised up on stone plinths set into the wall. Each of the crystals is probably a little bit bigger than both of your fists combined, and they seem to be most of them are purple in color. However, there are many that are also like a deep blue color, and you recognize these are probably current routers, and there are quite a few of them.
Well, why can't we touch the crystals?
Don't touch the crystals because the wards against really bad things.
What
Alright,
kind of
fair.
bad things?
And she leads you up a little ways, where you do see that there is a small encampment. There are supplies here, and there are places to sleep that look at least somewhat comfortable. So,
OP.
yeah, OP. I was not expecting that solution to that. I thought you were going to fight them. You still got to get back out.
Yeah.
They'll still die. But we'll be coming up from behind them, not in front.
You don't know that.
Giggity.
They patrol.
Sure, they do.
So, yeah. You guys will get a long rest here, and it's a safe long rest. This area is warded from presences that are deemed to be unnatural or unworldly. And Ayura explains the ward. She says this is not something that she's done, that this was in place in the cavern already. You also note that the darkness that's been so thick and heavy in this cavern, while not necessarily like stifling darkness like the spell, it's still been unusual darkness. Like your light's been a little bit dimmer, and everything's just been a little bit too dark compared to what a normal cave is, which is kind of weird to say because if you've ever been in a normal cave, it's pitch fucking black. But this is a little something else. It's almost like a fog made of darkness. That feeling is gone. Yeah, you don't feel it at all here. And she explains that these current routers were here before she got here. That they appear to be wards of some kind that ward off the maybe the unholy, the unnatural, just things that do not belong here.
I imagine a lot of things have been here more so than others. Mainly because we saw a similar thing with portals that are linked to God knows where. And somebody made a portal and to the outside world, and they could no longer use it. So,
The dangers down here are not of this world. Or if they are from places that I never wish to visit.
do you know where succubi live? Or imps?
Yes, to an extent.
Well, we ran into one of those that had succubus, incubus, and a few imps and a hellhound.
I see. Well, there's food. You're free to help yourself. I'm not much of a cook or a chef, so you'll have to make do with what's here. She, you can see her like bedding down and stuff. She takes out this small dagger and just begins sharpening it.
Do you want to attempt to cook, Maya? I don't think you got any fresh ingredients.
There are things here that you could cook with. None of it's like, it's not amazing fare, but it is, there are ingredients here. If you wanted to try to cook.
I guess I can try. I mean, I failed horribly last time.
That's what practice is. Practice makes perfect, and everybody's gonna fail at everything.
That's such a sad sentence taken out of context. Everybody fails at everything.
I guess I'll try to cook something?
Sure. Go ahead and roll me a cooking tools check.
I don't have proficiency. So what?
So it is a wisdom check. How close are you on that, by the way?
Not close enough.
Oh, no.
101 days?
Oh, wow. Okay. At some point, there'll be downtime one day.
I mean, there has been downtime, and I've been marking that down, but...
Yeah.
Yeah, it just
There's
takes a
been
long
a
time.
total of 24 so far.
Yeah. There will be more. So, So you try to cook, but the ingredients that are provided are not of the best quality. Trying to cook a gourmet meal with like jerky and stuff is pretty difficult. So ultimately, it ain't great. It's not good. You take a bite and you're like, I don't know about this one, boss. I don't know about all this one. This is nah, I'm good.
That's not happening.
Yeah, pretty much.
Hey, there's that nat one that we were looking for.
Yeah, we've been looking for that all sessions so far. Well, that's the good feeling. You always like to get the nat one, the first one to be the nat one after like 20 in a row. But yeah, you guys finish your long rest and you do manage to level up.
I do watch her most of the night. Even if
Okay,
it's through
roll
my
a
radar.
perception check.
$19.
Yeah, you do not see her do anything suspicious whatsoever. Nothing that really catches your eye or draws your attention. She mostly just sits there. She has a little book that she writes in, and other than that, she seems to just kind of doze in and out. She never seems like she actually gets any like real sleep, though. You know how that is.
Yeah.
So there's D6, so that'd be 4 plus 1.
Right. I need to do my
5,
health.
I think.
Yep, you're right. D6
Okay.
average for players is 4.
Okay.
I am officially 52 health. Yay.
Wanna
Aha!
Wait, really?
Yes.
No, she's a
You and
D8.
I have the same amount.
Yep.
Yeah, but I thought she was multi-classing into...
Other
All of
D8s.
Gee.
yeah, all the stuff she's multi-classing into, which is Bard, Warlock, Rogue, because I don't know. They're all D8s.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. They're all second tier health. So,
Want to trade?
how much do you have right now?
I have 38 health.
Yeah. There you
I'm-
go.
I'm good. I spend time on the front lines. I'm good.
Yeah, I either like get hit and die, or I just never get hit. All right,
the virtues of D6 classes.
pretty much, yeah. At health points, these hit points are here just to make sure I don't literally get one shot.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes they don't even do that.
Well,
Yeah.
the good news is I have a silence now.
Oh, do you?
Oh, wait. That might be a different thing. Whoops.
Bring it back, looking up how to counter sounds. What?
7.
Never mind.
That's what? He's at the clerics are D8, right?
Clerics are D8s, yeah.
Never
Okay,
mind.
so he gets
Whoops.
5 plus 3, so 8. So he's at 59.
You should be 7 health above me right now.
What are you at?
52.
Yeah.
And then next level, Zhao and I will have the same health unless he gets con bonus.
Are you taking like tough or something?
No, I'm getting a point in charisma and a point in con, so I'll have 3 con and 4 charisma.
Gotcha.
Actually, won't get
And
that
that'll
until level
put
2.
me on the same hit points as Zhao.
Gotcha. So just let me know when y'all are ready.
What are you doing, man? What was she doing? I don't know. Okay. Oh, I need to do spells. I forgot. Get rid of this one. Prepare that. Then I learned that. And then Zhao. Spells. He also gets another prepared spell. Oh, does he get access to 4th level spells at this level at 7?
At 7? Yeah, he does actually.
Fuck! I forgot
One
to put those
second.
on his list.
1 second. To D&D Beyond. This YouTube video, this D&D campaign sponsored by D&D. Actually, we're not sponsored, but
Can't say
supported
sponsored.
supported by D&D Beyond, unofficially, because we're awesome or something. I don't know. I tried to go for some stuff there, and my brain just stopped working. So
Nailed it.
yeah,
Flawless delivery.
Got it. Yep, fucking Dallas delivery.
I received my comment. Rescind?
Rescind? Yeah, rescind. I rescind my comment. Oh, thank you. Getting 2 compliments in a row is great.
Other type of rescind.
Oh, thank God, there's only a few 4th levels cleric spells. That's great. That's just cheap willikers. That's just good. Alright, I can load them all up for you here in just like 2 seconds.
Okay.
Oh, by the
So
way, that's also a plus 3.
Why the Bay?
Plus 3 because
What?
on
What are you
perception,
talking about?
on my perception check.
Oh, because of your fucking bird?
Yeah.
Okay. Good to know.
I was sitting here thinking about it. I was like, oh, I don't actually have it on there calculating because if you put a plus 3, it just adds an extra few points to my passive perception, which is weird.
You know it. Yeah.
Does she see anything fishy from the girl with a 22?
She does not.
Okay. No shit.
Show it. Alright, so there's banishment. There is this one spell. It's called Control Water. I'm not gonna put Death Ward on there or Guardian of Faith because you already have them on there.
Mm-hmm. Those domain spells.
Yeah. Okay, and that's all the 4th level spells.
OP. I'm gonna drop that. No, don't drop that. Drop that though. Actually, no, keep that.
Guardian of Faith is stupid as a note. I don't know if you've ever actually sat down and looked at that spell. It's a guaranteed 60 damage for a 4th level spell slot, which is pretty fucking dope.
Yeah. Yup.
That's pretty insane.
Keep that prepared, keep that prepared, keep that prepared, that prepared. That's good, that's good, that's good. Okay, so I just need to, like, you know what, fuck it, we're gonna... Alright, he's already got that prepared. Oh yeah, we're gonna... God, I love stone shape.
Oh yeah, stone shape's silly. Too bad it doesn't work very well down here. Keep that in mind.
Yeah, no.
Stuff like pass wall and stone shape aren't going to be super effective down here for the most part. They will in some areas. There are going to be some places where you can use them. But
any place not constructed of cave.
Yeah, I just don't want you to take them and expect to be able to use them and be like,
no.
what the fuck? And I'm like, I'm sorry.
It was just really useful in the castle because the castle was made of stone.
Oh god. Those were the days.
I'm not sorry.
I'm fucking lol.
That poor, what was he, a Death Knight?
I don't remember what he was, honestly. There was a lot.
Getting pushed down that hole and then shitting his pants when he saw Oz.
Pitting a chance.
Didn't even get pushed. I just opened up the hole underneath him.
Yeah, that's the best part. You don't even gotta push him. You just open up the hole underneath and he's like, no.
Like, oh, fuck.
Oh, fuck. That's not a good thing. Why the hell you done did that?
Because we're evil.
Because evil.
I got a lot of use out of that spell.
Oh, yeah. Fantastic spell.
I just realized Zhao has create food and water.
He does? It's like a, what, 3rd level spell?
Mm-hmm.
He sure does. Glad you noticed.
I feel like that's a spell he'd have prepared.
Possibly. When off duty, pretty much all of the people that can cast that spell are almost required to have it prepared. Because they make food with that, and food is important.
Food is important.
Mm-hmm.
That's a ritual, so that'll be fun. Alright, so we're gonna do this.
Right, it's a ritual. Oh,
Please stop.
I can't. My brain. Fucking my vine virus.
What?
Whoa.
What?
Why, dude? You can't stop it, Ara. You might as well just go with it, okay?
No.
Hmm.
Good.
I can't do that.
I'm afraid I can't do that.
I can't let you do that, Dave. I watched that movie recently. It is a very good movie. Anybody need help with anything while we're leveling, or?
Nope, I'm good.
Okay.
I think I'm good. Amalia's AFK right now. So.
Oh, did she go ahead and go AFK?
It's in chat.
Oh, sorry, I have the chat thing. Sorry, guys, I'll be... Okay, that's fine. We will wait, then. You want to pause the recording, Heather?
I don't pause. I go to a BRB screen, but yeah, I can.
I'm ready.
Yep.
I actually learned a couple days ago about the mathematics and the science behind levers, and that shit blew my mind. I was like, "Whoa!"
Oh, lever pulley systems were one of the greatest.
So good, yeah.
Yeah, they were one of the greatest inventions. They changed the world. Anyways, so, the fuck was that?
I don't fucking know. Someone in your house.
Wait, was that me?
No,
Oh.
In our house.
it was. All right. Anyways, so, and we're done. You get the long rest, and welcome back.
Everybody get their level ups good?
Yep.
Squared away.
Cool. So, you finish your level ups. Ayura has basically barely moved the whole night. You've been watching her. She seems to dip in and out of consciousness. She'll fade asleep and then she'll wake back up and fade asleep and wake back up. And she does this over and over and over all night, pretty much. And so, oh yeah,
Can
yeah,
I roll
it
an
is.
insight check to see if she's baking it?
Sure, go ahead and roll insight.
12.
It doesn't appear to be. She seems to just nod off pretty often, but wakes right back up. So, but you have all finished your long rest, and Ayara lets you know that it is time. It is time to confront the fallen king, as she has called him.
Cool. I stab her.
You stab her?
No, I'm kidding.
Okay.
Oh god.
I was gonna say roll an attack.
Wait, Osno, please.
I don't even have a dagger, so.
You grab your dagger and stab her.
I stab her with you. Just pick you up and beat her to death with you.
You know, beat a motherfucker with another motherfucker.
Okay, so you guys can exit the tunnel. She does say that there is another way to exit the tunnel if you prefer that. However, she is not keen on that because it does loop all the way around back to where you started.
Like,
to the beginning.
yeah, I don't want to do that riddle again.
Yeah, she does not seem keen on that idea either. But she says that is an option. But other than that, there is the other way out.
How do you know he'll not just let you go? Since you're leaving and not entering, because he's a guard.
How do you know he'll let you?
They have to come back.
I say we just kill the guards. I mean,
No, I was talking about the Uzi simulation dude.
The guy with the riddle.
yeah, but it's just, isn't it just easier to just kill them? You know, now that we're not in pain?
I was never in pain to begin with.
Well,
Yeah, no, that was that. I feel great now, actually.
So, is there anything in particular that you have in order to combat this thing? I do not have much information to share with you about its combat tactics.
Well, we're not sure what type of thing it is to combat it with.
I can tell you the only thing I can do is provide support from the sidelines. I cast spells and stab things, and that's the extent of my combat ability. I'm an information gatherer for the most part.
Can we see them?
So as you begin kind of creeping further into this tunnel, go ahead and everybody can roll me a perception check if they'd like.
Also, as a note, is it windy? Is there
Not
any sort of wind?
just a tiny bit. Not much.
Which way is it blowing?
You'll have to make a perception check for that, a separate one. So you need to make 2.
Okay. There's the first one. There's the second one.
Okay. So you don't.
Does my mastery over wind help me any?
You have a mastery over storms. Slightly different.
I can control wind.
It's windy. You can use a bonus action each round. I will say that you do feel the breeze. It seems to almost kind of swirl around you occasionally, so it's disorienting at first. But it almost seems to be coming from the direction that you're headed right now.
Okay.
So you look, and Ayera is leading the way, and she points And she kind of signals for all of you to get low. Not the song, the motion.
Mhm.
And you see this huge silhouetted figure in the distance. I need everyone to make a stealth check.
So Zhao does this at disadvantage.
And
right?
and when you do so, go ahead and add a +10 to all of your rolls. And yes, Xiao does this at disadvantage.
30. I'm non-existent.
35. So Amalia rolled a 13. Rolls a 24. Zhao is a 12. And then Ayura is fucking like probably a million. Actually, she rolled pretty low, but Pass Without Trace is pretty good. So you all notice that the shadows tend to bend in towards you just a little bit. It almost seems like they're assisting you in hiding here. And this effect seems centered around Ayura. But
I also make sure that the wind isn't blowing through us towards them. If that
it's not.
becomes an issue. Okay.
It never seems to be. The wind is super faint. It's hard to even tell it's there. But whenever it does hit you, it almost seems like in sporadic bursts, and it seems like it's just kind of swirling and fading away for a second. It's barely there. It's almost imperceptible. So, let's see. So 13. Okay, so they are making perception checks. Okay. All right, those are both really good rolls. We'll see what the group average is.
Not high enough.
I
And
feel
then
like we're about to need an adult.
Ayura rolled a 26.
I rolled a 35. I'm
Okay,
non-existent.
so there was-
No, I casted Mage Armor before we left too.
Okay, sure. So 13 plus 35 plus 24. There we go. 24 plus 12 plus 26. 110, and there are, 6 of you in total? There's 5 of you in total. So that is a 22 total on the group check. They do not seem to notice your presence. They walk on by, and Ayura, you can see Ayura just like literally holding her breath. She's tense and she's stopped. She looks back to you. She gives you the thumbs up. Are you guys going to try to sneak past, or are you going to try to surprise the guards? Or are you just going to attack the guards outright? Which kind of path are you going with here?
I'm just gonna follow everyone else's lead.
I'd like to surprise the guards.
Okay.
Yep. Surprise the guards, I guess.
Zhao is like, all right. And Ayura's like, okay. So as you begin trying to sneak up on these guards, I need one more stealth check. Pass Without Trace is still active.
Can I stay back some distance?
Yeah, how far?
Like 30 feet.
That's doable.
All right.
14. Okay. Oh, and I need one for Ayura as well.
Oh.
All right, that's a 40. No problem.
And,
Wow.
Yeah,
Xiao's
she's good
moving
at stealth.
too?
Yeah.
Wait, oh, that was initiative. My bad. Wrong
You're
one.
good. Speaking of,
12. Oh, no, I lied. That's a 3.
yep, disadvantage, but it's a 13 technically. So, all right, good to know. Good to know. So, as these two figures begin kind of crossing this larger room, you all slowly begin sneaking up on them. They're currently headed. You recognize the direction that they're headed. It was actually looks like they just turned around and they're now heading down the passageway that you tried to lead them down earlier. Ayura kind of sneaks off to the side and begins slowly approaching them. And you see these shadows around her fade, and you see her casting some kind of spell. She seems to be holding it. And let's see. I'm just gonna put all of you on the board here.
I'm gonna hold a bolt too.
Okay. You can position yourselves kind of where you want to, but you cannot get within 10 feet of the guards.
I would also pull my longbow out.
Okay. Good to know.
I have my crossbow out.
Where the fuck is Ayura's token? There it is.
I guess I was just chilling right here.
I went ahead and rolled initiative for Zhao. Everybody can roll me initiative if you want as well. And Zhao like creeps up and you can hear him the like splint mail that he's wearing, or plate mail I think now, just like rubbing on itself.
Oh, wait. Hold on, I just rolled that with his token.
Oof.
So, or with my initiative. There we go.
Let's pull up the Hellhound sheet and the Armored Dude sheet.
Zhao was already rolled.
Hmm.
Yeah, Zhao was already rolled. Let's see.
I rolled an 8 for him before his stealth check because I accidentally clicked that instead of stealth.
No, Rin
He had
rolled
11,
Zhao.
I think, or something. I think he had a 6. He did.
What?
Yeah, he had a 6.
He had a 1.
He had a 1?
Yeah,
Well, yeah, you rolled at Zhao's
Oh,
initiative.
yeah, there we go. Okay, cool.
Wait, but why'd you roll his initiative?
Because I was just rolling all the NPCs in a group. I can click a button and group roll all the NPCs at the same time.
Okay.
So I was just doing that just to save.
Time.
So
What are we going with then?
we're gonna go with the initial roll. It's a 1.
Okay.
I'm gonna change it real quick. Hold on.
Okay.
So as you approach, the 2 guards do not seem to notice your presence. Zhao is really loud and kind of stops short after a second, realizing that if he goes any further, he's got a good chance of endangering this particular endeavor. Ayura is sitting there holding onto some kind of spell, and she's pointing frantically, and she seems to be pointing at the dog, and she's making a chopping motion with her hand.
My trigger, by the way, is any of my other party members making an attack. I'm
Oh,
gonna hit the dog.
my trigger is American politics. Wait, anyway, so, all right, and you're gonna go aim for the dog?
Yeah.
Okay, so is everybody here holding an action? You all have, technically speaking, it's not really a surprise round, but you have a free round right now. They are aware of general threat, they are on guard, so it's not surprise.
Yeah.
But you do get a free round here.
Are we ready?
Yeah, I'd hold an attack action on the Hellhound.
Hellhound, okay. And what's Zhao doing?
Sitting here because he figures everyone's going to attack.
Okay, gotcha. All right, is everybody...
I don't know who's actually attacking. Everybody's holding an action.
Everybody's holding an action, yeah. So,
If he's got spiritual weapon.
who's letting their action fly first? They're starting to descend into the tunnel beyond.
Fuck it, I'll shoot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. An arrow gets loosed, and all of a sudden, all hell breaks loose. Everybody's held actions all go off at the same exact time. This all happens simultaneously. And so, anybody that's holding an attack, go ahead and roll me that attack roll.
This doesn't have advantage, right?
You're hidden, yes.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yep. So you would have advantage here. And this is against the dog, correct?
Yeah, mine is.
So, and then Ayura is going to let her spell fly, which is... Wait. I could have sworn she had this spell, but I'm really dumb, and I forgot to... Oh, no, that's right. Okay, never mind. She doesn't have that spell. Look. Whoops. Okay, she'll just let this one go then. Whoops. I forgot. At first, whenever I first made Ayura, she was a cleric. She is not a cleric anymore. And I was like, that's right, she has not the cleric spell I was thinking of. She's gonna go ahead and let fly that. And then roll, that's a DC 13. Mass roll, save. Dexterity, come on, video game, or well, I guess this isn't a video game. Come on, roll 20. Let me roll for you. All right, so both of them save against it. They're both going to take half damage. Amalia, your longbow hits. Rel, your bolt hits. Your crossbow misses.
Awesome.
Sorry. So that is 5, 7, and 8. 7 and 8 is what, 15? So that's 20 points of damage to the dog. A bolt slams into it at the same time as an arrow strikes it right between the shoulder blades, and it howls out. And right as this happens, you see this like void opening in the ground for a minute, and these huge, weird, dark tentacles just start rising out and start like wrapping around the dog and the horror. Whoa. And I don't think that restrains them since they saved. Right, yeah. So this doesn't restrain. I was thinking of black tentacles. What this does is you see a large just sphere of darkness. Right as this happens, this sphere of darkness just opens up around the void. The tentacles rise out, and then all of a sudden you can't see into this little bubble of darkness in here, but you instantly hear whispers. And then all of a sudden, the whole sphere drops as she drops concentration on the spell. And we're to the top of initiative. The helmed horror individual turns around, and you see this fiery helm of horror on its face. It's got fire coming out of like openings in its armor, but out of its helm specifically, you watch as tiny little skulls, almost shrieking in torment, raise from these flames, and it points to you as a group. You have the first initiative.
Oh, goody. Yeah, I'm going to do another crossbow bolt at the Hellhound.
Okay, at the Hellhound, good to know.
13.
Okay, 1 second. 13 misses. I'm sorry. The Hellhound has this thick hide, and your bolt seems to glance off of it almost like you're shooting a boulder. That does not hit.
Jesus.
Is that the end of your turn?
Nope.
Okay.
You just gonna back out here.
Okay.
And hide.
I like to imagine her like an anime character. Like she just rushes past, like, sorry. Rel, it's now your turn.
I hide. 20.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna bolt the dog.
Roll an attack roll.
Bang! Finger gun, shoot an electric bolt.
24.
24.
You Hakusho that dog. That hits. Roll damage.
13.
13.
And I ignore resistances.
You do, which is important. And yeah, this dog is starting to look really rough already. You guys landed a lot of hits on it, and it is not looking good. And that is going to be the end of your turn unless you're moving. Amalia.
Scared to get close.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I never got a gem off of. That's awkward. That's super awkward. Alright. I'm gonna put Hexblade's Curse on the Hellhound.
Okay.
I think I can do that.
You can. As long as you're within 30 feet of it. So
I wasn't sure how far it was.
yeah, 30 feet.
And then I'm gonna run at it with my greatsword, because I fish.
Alright, sure, go ahead, and that's a bonus action in your movement, so roll me some attacks. The 13 does not hit, the 23 does. 12 points of damage. You run up. These line of phoenix feathers appear straight down its spine, and as you run up, you just dig the greatsword into the skin and just You basically scalp this dog's spine, and all the phoenix feathers just burst into flames and just turn this dog into like ashes. Essentially, it is very dead.
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't expect it. Okay.
Y'all did a lot of damage to that thing early on. Like,
Yeah, he said it was looking really rough.
yeah.
That's fair.
All right, and so the suit of armor watches this, looks up at you,
No.
draws this blade. Is that the end of your turn?
Sure.
Sure, I can close the Hellhound sheet since it didn't get to do anything. And this guy is going to go ahead and walk right on up to you and just take these two huge attacks against you. It is wielding a shield, and it is going to bring its longsword down on you. It makes 2 longsword attacks. So 1, 2, that's a 19 and a 20 to hit. I think both hit.
Ow.
Okay, and you are going to take 20 points of slashing damage as one of them catches you across the shoulder, and then it just kicks you right in the stomach.
Ouch. Okay.
And it's Ayura's turn. She has used 1 too many spells today, so she's just like, no, I'm gonna run up and I'm gonna stab it. You just watch her skitter behind it. Take out a dagger. Her dagger is this long. You ever seen those like twisting daggers where it's 2 blades, essentially 2 like steel bars that are twisted together, and then at the end they form this like big spike? That's what this is. It's not really even a dagger. It's more a stiletto than anything. And she just takes it underhanded, stab. And she's going to use
With advantage.
Right, she's flanking. Even with advantage, however, it's a miss, and the dagger just glances off the armor. She's fuck. Yin.
She's gonna stay on me.
Okay.
Yep. And actually use the help action. There we go.
Gotcha. What is she helping you with?
Actually, wait.
Yeah, you can't use the help action.
Yes, I can.
Sure.
1 second. Roll 20's being stupid.
Aren't those just like? Isn't that like
What
a
the fuck?
redundant?
It
What?
It just randomly kicked me out of the game. Like,
Did it really?
yeah.
It actually still shows you.
I
Oh
just
no.
loaded. I'm loading
Refresh.
back in right now.
Refresh.
No, I'm not
You're good.
refreshing. It literally knocked me into the starting screen. Like, oh, it launched the game.
That's really weird. Okay. Are you back?
Yes. I was trying to put her here. And she's
Okay.
gonna help Amalia.
Okay. So Yin takes the help action to assist Amalia. Amalia, you have an advantage on your next attack against the creature. And that's going to end Yin's turn. It's now Zhao's turn. What's Zhao doing?
I mean, he's probably gonna run up and try and slap the shit out of this thing. Let's be
Sure.
real.
I'm going to slap the shit out of this. Okay.
Is this thing undead?
It is not clear.
Does Zhao know what it is?
You can roll a religion check. This is a pretty high DC for this guy, though.
All right, sure.
Why is it?
What's the DC on
lagging?
this?
Holy
Well, that's an
shit.
8. He didn't make it.
Yeah, he does not make it. That was an 18 DC, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. He's gonna
Go away.
fucking. Well, he doesn't know what it is. He can share space. He can share a space with Yin, right?
He can, yeah.
Okay. Then. Oh, you can't do that.
Seriously? Why? I have no music, by the way.
I will restart the playlist.
Thank you.
If you're grappled, do you make attacks at disadvantage?
No, you have to be pinned for that. All grappling does actually is set your speed to 0.
Okay.
Mhm.
Then, yeah, he's gonna.
That was a rule that I put in place back when I was when I was a naive DM. I thought grappling was really underpowered. It is not.
I showed you the light.
You have showed me the way.
Now you know the way. All right, he's yeah, fuck it. He's just gonna make a mace attack.
Okay.
Well, that's an 8.
No, he's not. It just glances off the shield.
All right, well,
Uh,
he's gonna.
Mhm.
He's got a spiritual weapon.
Sure.
That's
We'll throw get
13.
some O'Driscoll on the board for a spiritual weapon.
I'm just gonna put Yen back behind Zhao, but Zhao's that way I can
That's fine.
actually move her token.
13 also does not hit.
Well, he's fine.
Yep. So the mace crashes down at the same time as another mace, and it doesn't seem to have any impact on the creature. And we're at the top of the round. It's now your turn.
You is going to peek out and shoot a bolt.
Shoot. Okay.
Shooting,
You are
shoot,
hidden,
shoot.
so you do have advantage.
Yep. Nope.
The bolt hits the armor and just pops to the ground.
It begins. All of our shit rolls.
Are you moving at all, you?
I guess you's gonna move back down towards the tunnel and hide again.
Okay. Sure. Go ahead and make another stealth roll.
Yeah. 20.
Okay. Rel.
Yeah, I'm gonna move out here, and
Okay.
I'm going to bolt the armor.
Bolt of the armor. Go ahead.
That's a crit.
Oh, that is a crit. Okay, 1 second. Let me look at something real fast. Okay, it's not this stat block. There is a stat block version of this monster that has vulnerability to lightning damage. It's not this version. This is the version with spell stuff. So that's still a crit, though. That hits. Roll damage.
That is 7 plus 16.
7. Because of elemental adept, right?
Yep.
Okay, so you got 23 points of damage. Nice. Actually, a pretty good chunk of damage as the arc lightning kind of electrifies this creature. It seems to affect him. So, good news, everyone. Amalia.
Yeah, just gonna super sad about the fucking Hexblade's curse, but I guess I should.
Damn.
Well, that is how upset I am
and you
about that
got an
Hexblade's curse.
advantage too, by the way, on one of your attacks.
Yeah, the 27 hits, the 16 misses. Nice. You guys are wearing this guy down pretty quickly. 15 points of damage there, and he's starting to look a little rough. However, he is still standing. He is still in fighting shape, and as a retaliatory thing, he looks at you and points to you, and you see in this helmed visage, he seems to have something kind of behind this empty space.
No.
And he is going to disavow you and make 2 longsword attacks against you at advantage.
Okay.
Oh no.
Only one of these is going to hit, actually. So that's 8 points of slashing damage as one of the longswords comes crashing down onto you. And
18?
no, 8.
Oh, 8. Okay.
Yeah. Yep, he rolled a 10, 12, 22, and an 8. And the 22 was 8 damage, so that's it. Ayura's turn. Ayura's just going to try to stab him again. That's all she's got, really.
She's got advantage.
She does have advantage, and that makes it a crit.
Oh shit.
OP.
Nice. There's so many crits. Hold on. Y'all stop.
No.
10 points of damage from the crit. Or no, not 10. I can't add 12 points of damage from the crit. The creature is on its last leg. She manages to stab it like directly in the spine, and it almost seems to react to that. Yen.
Yin kind of stares at it, thinks about it. She's gonna try and stab it with her tail.
Sure, go ahead.
Help!
She can't find a way through this armor. It's thick and durable, and it doesn't have a whole lot of places for her stinger to slip in, unfortunately. Zhao.
Well, I was gonna fucking try and beat it up again.
This thing's very scary, but it's also not that scary, so I'm going to hit it in the face and hope that it dies. It's 16 misses.
Alright. Spiritual weapon, here we go. That's
Oh.
Spirit Guardians, not Spiritual Weapon. That's Spiritual Weapon. 23!
23 hits.
And
8 points of damage. How does Zhao want to do this?
I don't know.
All right, Zhao just takes it and he distracts. He goes, "Hey, you look over here! You're fat!" And he hits it in the face with the mace. And behind him, the mace spiritual weapon turns into this huge lance and just runs straight through it. And it just stops moving. And Desmond O'Driscoll is no more.
you kind of steps out. Okay then.
That wasn't nearly as hard as I thought it was going to be. You all appear quite capable.
Were there health potions in those supplies?
Sure. I'll say there's a health potion each for you. One lesser.
Oh, sweet.
She has a couple on her as well, but she's like, I need these. Also, 1 second.
You said lesser? Oh, she got up.
Yeah, she was doing something. So I get.
Okay, so
You said lesser?
Yes.
one lesser each.
Whoopee.
She like spreads them out and gives you, like a lesser healing potion each, just in case. She's got a couple of on her, and she's like, I need these for me. I'm not as adept as all of you.
Don't you
So-
mean spongy?
I mean, I'm not a killer. I'm a spy. A big difference.
I meant more like not getting hit as often.
This is DM code for saying that she is a full 2 levels below y'all.
Yes.
Oh.
And my talk was, AKA, you get hit, you're probably gonna die.
Yeah, if she's squishier than Rel. If she gets hit, she's dead.
Oh.
Yeah, she seems to make
Wow.
that known as well. She's like, I need to stay hidden and safe.
Shouldn't you have a ranged weapon for that?
No.
Do you want my crossbow? Cause I can just
No.
shoot some spells.
No, the DM doesn't want to edit the stat sheet at all.
Okay.
Wow, it'd be a shame if there was some friendly misfire in a battle or something. She got
You
hit
would
by a
whip
stray
around and
spell,
kill her.
and I just accidentally killed the character that wanted something from us and was 2 levels below us.
It would be so accidental. It would just be, oh no, the lightning. It just did.
Or
Sometimes it
if
has a
you
mind of
get
its own. You know how it
slashed-
is.
Or if you get slashed onto her, that's gonna hurt like hell.
Y'all are evil.
I mean,
I
yeah.
haven't even said anything yet.
Well, the
I,
majority is evil, so you're evil by association.
You
Hey, that's only like half of
still-
us.
You doesn't trust her, and she's still fairly pissed
It's
that she kind of held Zhao at hostage point.
it's like when the cops show up to a big party and everybody's like underage drinking and smoking weed, and you're actually the only one sitting there that's just like, I'm not doing any of this stuff, and the cops still arrest you.
That's because you're near it.
I
You're still in its presence.
Anyway,
didn't
So-
ask for this.
I just wanted a nice wholesome adventure campaign. No, we get evil. Evil.
You still having fun with it though.
These are not the views of the company.
God damn it.
Okay. So, you gather the mediocre loot in this case. There's not much, but there is a longsword.
Okay, one second.
That's okay.
Long sword.
Fairly well made. It looks maybe ceremonial. It doesn't necessarily seem to be magical, and you test it out, but like a whetstone, it scratches, so it's not magical, but it does look valuable.
Does Zhao need to cast daylight
Do-
again?
Do I need
would
to
say
make a
yes.
versatile check? See how much it is?
If you want to, sure.
7?
We can't see without it.
You can't pinpoint it. Yeah, it's dark here. If you guys want to cast light, the magical darkness where you're at right now does not seem to be a big deal. However, Ayura does point out that further in there is more magical darkness. So if he wants to cast daylight preemptively, that's totally fine. He would have access to that information.
Okay,
Let's
yeah, he's going to.
let's not until we make sure there's nobody. Me and Amalia can see through this fairly well.
Yeah, you and Amalia can. You guys have no issues seeing whatsoever. Rel, it's dark here, but your dark vision kicks in, and it's good enough. except for Ira leads you back to the tunnel in the room with the pillars, and as you peek in there, Rel, your dark vision does not pierce this. Amalia and yours does. I've just realized how good warlocks are for this campaign. They're kind of broken. Like, here's some magical darkness. All the warlocks are like,
Funny.
and then clerics are over here like, daylight's like a 3rd level spell, and I'm like, really? Yeah, it spells darkness, and I'm like, really? Wait, what? And Zhao's like, yes, it dispels darkness. Are you stupid? Why did you build this encounter when you knew they would have a cleric? And I'm like, I don't know.
To be fair,
we never had a cleric at the start.
Also, the first time we came here, Zhao didn't have access to daylight.
True, that's true.
Although we technically did with a few daylight gems that we have. We still have a few of those. Or at least I have one.
So those give daylight?
Yeah.
They cast the daylight spell.
Wow.
Mhm.
So you gave us ways around it.
Well, see, the thing is that I didn't know the daylight spell. I thought daylight was just a huge light cantrip. So,
No,
cheers to
pretty
that.
good. It's pretty good.
The Sunstone, as it's called, I believe.
I mean, there's
Yeah,
a way
they just
around that.
cast Sunbeam. Don't worry about it.
I mean, there's a way around it.
It's called Fog.
It's called
OP.
making the darkness 4th level.
Ooh, you technically can't upcast darkness, if I recall.
Darkness created by a spell of 3rd level or lower. The spell that created the darkness is dispelled.
Right, but like the darkness spell itself doesn't really have like an upcast unless somebody physically upcasts it, so it's kind of like Anyways, so the room beyond does seem to be very dark, and Ira says that this is as far as she's gone. She dare not enter into the tomb of the fallen king by herself.
Zhao, can you do the thing?
The thing? What, like with the hands? Oh, you mean like the light? Okay, yeah.
Wait, what do you do with your hands? What? Huh?
Don't worry about it.
You don't need to know that. You're not old enough, since you're so naive.
Well, I was mostly just talking about like leatherworking and sometimes drugs and other things. The hands are very important. All right, here we go. He cast the spell.
Ugh.
I'd say I'm older than you, but I'm not. Cheater.
I'm like 500,000 years old. It's okay.
I see his character sheet. I see how old he is.
Listen, just let me project onto this dragonborn, okay? So where are we going from here? Are you guys entering? Or are you turning back and forever forgetting the tomb of the fallen king?
No, I'm entering. Ancient untold secrets? Yes, please. Sign me up.
Rolls over here like, isn't that what's on my character sheet?
Yeah.
So, what's the plan of attack?
Alright, shout out to treasure.
To treasure.
Maybe like sit down for a few minutes.
Oh, right, you got the shit kicked out of you.
Yeah, I kind of did. And I feel like it's gonna happen again. Speaking of which, hey, you, do you still have a bunch of gemstones on you?
What kind of gemstones?
Nothing in particular, just something expensive.
How expensive?
Yes.
Why didn't you say something earlier? Zhao already cast daylight.
Hmm?
What do you mean?
Zhao already cast daylight.
What about it?
If we take a short rest now,
It'll go bye-bye.
yeah, he's gonna lose it. He's gonna have to waste another 3rd level spell slot.
Ah!
Fucking rip.
Fuck it. If, I put GP, I guess I'm gonna have to add another, I don't know, like 1,500 silver?
Oh, that's not what I wanted.
silver.
That's
Does it get used?
No.
I have this emeralds. I can loan it to you until we can find a smaller gem. It's 5,000 silver, roughly.
Oh.
So would you like to take that as a loan until we can get a smaller gem for you?
Yeah, that'd be fine.
Okay.
If I'm okay to hold on to that for now, I shouldn't need a rest. We can just keep going.
Well, Zhao used preserve life. So that should put you back at half.
It wasn't even really for my health, it was for my Hexblade's curse.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you know that's right. What?
Also, using that is kind of pointless. I think I got a whole 2 health points from that.
Oh, I thought you were more hurt than that. More hurt than that.
Not really, no.
Oh. Would Zhao know that?
Would Zhao know what?
That I was 2 hit points below half? Probably not.
You really gonna use a channel divinity for 2 HP?
No, and not if I don't have to. I thought she was a lot lower than that.
Yeah, she looks hurt, but she doesn't look super hurt.
Okay.
You know, it was mostly for my Hexblade's curse, because that's kind of important.
I need you to heal, and I use healing word.
All right, roll a healing word.
Zhao throw a cure wounds at her as well.
Zhao kind of looks over. He's like, you? Since when can you use that magic? Hold on, what the fuck? Hello?
Let's just say sleeping with a bard helps.
If a dragonborn could blush.
How much is that cure wounds?
That cure wounds is 2 + 1, so 10.
So 17 total health. I get you pretty far up there.
Not equals. I need a plus. There we go. Yeah.
You should have been higher than that. You should be at 48.
48.
Because it's 17 total and you were at 31, I think, right?
24.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, I was at 24, and then
I'm the dumb.
it's
I thought you were at
17.
like 30 something. I must have been looking at Rels.
I'm at 38.
Yeah, I thought she was at 31.
Plus,
I might have been 24 plus 7. Yeah, that would put me at 31. Because I did add the plus 7, and then I
That was
waited
after
for the
7 then.
Yeah.
Cool. So 41 health, not bad.
plus, I've been learning a few things from him on my downtimes.
Well, that is very... I'm glad. I mean, it's going to help, I assume. Yes, that sounds good to me.
What did you say? It was like 5,000 silver?
Yeah, 5,000 silver.
Okay.
Alright, friends, shall we go in?
Yeah.
I don't like this.
We'll be fine.
No, I don't like this. Okay, go. Oh, God.
All we got was the well-made longsword, right?
Yeah, that was pretty much the only thing worth taking. The actual armor itself seemed to almost disincorporate, more or less.
Disintegrate?
The longsword did not. Well, disincorporate. It didn't really disintegrate. It just kind of stopped being.
Okay. Alright. I wasn't 100% sure what that word meant.
It means to stop existing. It means to stop existing in a corporeal form. So, to stop physically existing.
Okay.
Somebody in the center of a nuclear bomb doesn't even disintegrate. They literally disincorporate. Or discorporate. Disincorporate? I don't know. So Zhao starts walking into the dead room. All right.
Love it.
Ayura follows behind, but she kind of stays close to the back, and she's like, if you want to go first, that would be ideal. And Zhao's just like, all right, I'm going to walk into this room, and we are all going to fucking die. I hope you all know that, okay?
Who's second?
Sure, we'll be fine.
So yeah, what's the marching order into this room?
I I'd either be first or second, depending on where Zhao is.
Okay. Zhao's just right at the top, right at the front.
I'd be near the back.
Okay.
I think everybody's going for the back.
And Ira takes in the middle. Just, all right. So you begin to enter into this room, and quickly it becomes evident this room is something of a mirror of the last.
I would be in front of Ira.
You'd be in front of Ira?
Yeah.
Okay. So Ira like trails behind them. Because she ain't having none of this shit.
Yeah, I'd be closer to her though.
Gotcha. So you're like right here.
Yeah. Sorry.
Gotcha. So, as you enter into the room, it quickly becomes apparent that the room you just left is but a smaller scale version of the room that you are in now. Great pillars rise up out of the darkness, each of them with runes that seem to be currently active, glowing with a faint, dim red and black light. That's correct. Black light. It almost seems to pull in the light around it and create kind of this weird curvature around the lettering, runes, and hieroglyphs. A set of stones set into the ground leads the way further into this massive chasm. The ceilings, when you look up, are so tall you cannot see the top. The room itself spreads out as you continue forward. From side to side, probably 70 feet in total, maybe longer, 80 feet, 90. It's hard to tell as the darkness seems to swallow up the edges of any light that you give off. Fortunately, daylight is pretty wide, so you do manage to get quite a bit of light here, and you start to see the edges of the cavern itself. However, you don't see the very end until a few moments later. Zhao taking these careful steps, you're past the first few pillars, and finally, you see a dais raised up out of the ground. A set of stairs leads up 10 feet to a wide stone platform, which on it sits another wide stone platform only a few inches high. And on top of that, a massive onyx sarcophagus. The sarcophagus is outfit with runes similar to those that you've seen on the pillars. And at the very center, a symbol. A skull, split in half, wearing a different shape of a helm on each half of the face.
I think I did a bad. I think I did a bad.
Maybe.
Oh no.
Ira follows up behind you. That's the symbol of the fallen king.
Oh no, I did a bad.
The two faces.
Question. Can I read what's on the pillars?
Yes, they are reiterating what was in the last room.
I cast the invisibility.
Okay. You cast the invisibility, and looking around, you do not see anything immediately threatening, surprisingly. Even in the ethereal plane, strangely enough, the ethereal plane seems calm here in a weird way, where usually it's a little erratic. Not terribly so, but a little bit. Here it's like looking at a crystal clear lake where usually there should be waves.
Oh, that's off-putting.
What's off-putting?
Ethereal plane stuff.
Everyone can go ahead and roll me an initiative check, and we will keep this check for the rest of the session.
Oh, buddy.
That's why I can't click on my token. Hey,
some good initiatives.
this time.
Nice.
Caesar.
Not bad, not bad. Okay. So, this obsidian or onyx sarcophagus that's rising up out of the dirt here. You look around, and the stone floor has given way instead to loose dirt. It is dark, and in the daylight, you quickly start realizing it's not dirt, but ash. Zhao like bends over and takes a bunch in his hands and kind of lets it fall through his. That's really not well. All right.
What kind of words are they
What do you mean?
on the pillars? You said they were active.
The wards themselves. So you can make an Arcana check if you'd like.
Sure, I will try.
Can I do that?
12.
Yeah, sure.
Shut up, Malrobites.
Oh my god, this fucking
I'll
man.
give Rel, or I'll help Rel.
Okay, sure.
26.
26. These wards are sealing wards. They are connected directly to the sarcophagus. You can tell via magical conduit, which is what these pillars are. You start to recognize the actual geometrical shape of the pillars. These are magical conduits. They are meant to amplify the effect of something like a ward or a magical signal. And they appear to be locks.
Okay, so...
Yeah, I relay that.
Okay.
So let's not unlock them?
I think we're going to have to get into that sarcophagus.
Well, let's take a look at the sarcophagus first.
Yes.
Be careful going up the steps. There might be traps.
Fair.
And
Check the
around
steps for trap.
around the sarcophagus, any place you're gonna look.
Are y'all going to check for traps then? Okay. Who's all rolling for this? It'll be a perception check.
Me and Yen. Yen's going to help me.
Okay.
I'll shoot for it.
Okay, sure. Are you proficient in perception?
I'm not.
Sure. So go ahead and roll, and Iota is going to give you advantage.
16 from me.
Okay, yeah. So you do not see any traps, magical or otherwise.
On just the steps or everything leading up to the sarcophagus?
On everything leading up to the sarcophagus. You look at the stones, you look at the steps. Your path forward appears to be clear.
Okay. You want to give me a hand?
Looks clear to me.
Alright, well, give me a hand searching the sarcophagus for traps.
Oh, so you want to get up and close, personal with it? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I will assist.
Assist who?
Anybody that wants, and if I can't assist somebody, I will look myself.
Sure, you can give me a hand and then...
Okay. And so Zhao approaches the sarcophagus with you. I'm assuming you guys are approaching?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, as you approach, looking over the sarcophagus, are you also investigating it?
Yep.
Okay.
I've got proficiency in investigation. Where did my token? There they are.
I has expertise. Although my rolls have been hit or miss.
Ayura is proficient. She will grant advantage to Rel. Amalia, where are you at during this?
So right next to Zhao.
Okay. Yeah, you and Zhao kind of like looking around. Zhao seems nervous. He doesn't like it here. So you do not find anything interesting necessarily. Well, it's all kind of interesting, but you don't find anything harmful. There is a lot of text on this sarcophagus. Most of it is imprinted, and it's hard to read because it's old and almost seems weathered. But it does seem to be in a language that you can kind of read. You can understand it.
Just write.
However,
I guess just write it in chat then, or
it is an enormous amount of text. I can give you the gist later.
okay.
The whole sarcophagus, the whole bottom of the sarcophagus is covered in this imprinted text, and then the top of it has these arcane runes that are glowing with a very soft light. And one in the direct center at the top of the sarcophagus is that kind of weird reverse light, that black light. And Rel, as you begin poring over it, you see many of these are corresponding wards to the ones on the pillars. These are locks and seals. However, the one in the center is a death trap. You recognize like specific components of the ritual circle itself. This is something that would absolutely 100% kill you if you opened the coffin.
Oh,
this will 100% kill you.
Well, I think the only way to open this is to get rid of the walls connecting to it.
And this, and Ayura points to the big one in the center. Looks dangerous.
It'll kill you. Don't touch it.
Okay. She thinks I have enough magical energy to try to get rid of it once. Just once, though.
Do I know how powerful the spell is? Or the magic is?
You can roll an Arcana check for this.
cool.
So it'd be a 13 because of the first roll. Yeah, you really, the magic is a little bit further out of your grasp. You have an idea of what it does. Specifically, on opening, this would locate targets. There's a locator ward on the circle. It would locate targets, and then it casts a series of spells on them. There are 3 spells beneath the locator ward, or the locator runes. And one of these spells, you have a general idea of how it works, and it literally dissolves you. You're just gone. So that's one of the 3.
So, would it be similar to Power Word Kill?
Not quite Power Word Kill. It's not
So it's
out of character.
disintegration.
Out of character, it's Disintegrate.
Oh, okay.
So you have a general idea of how Disintegrate works. You don't know a lot about the spell because it's not a common spell. It's
really advanced, yeah.
Yeah, it's advanced. It's also kind of looked down upon to use. It's seen as like poor play. Like anybody that uses Disintegrate is probably a piece of shit. It's the Avada Kedavra of this universe.
Gotcha.
Even though that technically should be Power Word Kill, but whatever.
So I know then that it's around Disintegrate's level, if not exactly.
You know it's
Disintegrate.
fairly high level. You're not sure what level, but you know it's higher than what you can currently cast, for sure.
You could try. So there's a locator ward up top, and then there's 3 spells beneath that that are all cast simultaneously. One of them is kind of similar to something I know, but I'm not sure. It's definitely way above my pay grade.
Is it of the explosion variety?
No, of the dissolving variety.
That's not good. Okay.
Oh, no. Oh.
I can try? I'm gonna roll an Arcana check for her.
Well, I believe you'll have to dispel it, like each spell individually.
23. She thinks for a second. I think you're right. What if you said this is a locator ward?
Yes.
What if we got rid of the locators? Do you think the spells would just fire off randomly, or would they be harmless?
Maybe.
I don't know what the spells do.
I don't either.
Do you know what the other 2 feel like?
She points to one. I know this one sort of. It's similar to a spell that I know, but it seems a lot worse.
And
This
what
one-
does it do?
Well, boils appear on your skin, and your skin starts dissolving from the inside out.
Can I read the other one?
Are you proficient in Arcana?
No.
You can try to make a check if you'd like.
Okay.
Yeah, you have no idea. You read like bits and pieces of it, but it none of it really makes sense. It's like it's difficult. It's like listening to an air traffic controller. Like, yeah, they speak English, but you're not really understanding what they're putting down.
Well, I believe if we got rid of the locator words, it would work. If all of these spells required an actual target.
This one
however-
does, and she points to the one that she pointed to earlier. And I know this one, and I think your friend there does too. And she looks at Zhao.
Oh.
It's just a much more potent version, I think.
Okay, well,
Would I know if the one that I know about needs a target?
What was your roll? 13?
Yeah.
You're not sure.
I'm not sure if this one needs a target.
Is it worth a chance?
If I had to, I could. There's another little trick. I know this spell called Unseen Servant. Maybe I could just get it to activate it.
Wait, so you sacrifice your unseen servant
Yes.
in place of one of us?
Yeah.
Ira shrugs.
Do I know if if the spells are one-time use?
They do seem like the type. Most wards like this are.
Okay.
Once they're spent, they're spent.
You can try it. I'd recommend all of us get the.
Would I know the how far this
No.
locator ward can locate things?
Not with a 13.
Oh.
Yeah, and Ira doesn't know either, and she rolled a 23. So.
The issue though is we don't know how far this locator ward can track us.
Probably, if I had to estimate, probably just outside the room.
Can you give orders from your servant that far away?
I could literally summon him from here and say, go activate that rune somehow.
Well, you should just have to try and open the chest.
Well, I mean,
Or the coffer.
Yeah, technically speaking, if you summoned a servant and gave it orders to wait, servants can hold actions and stuff. So it could hold an action for you to do something specific if you wanted to try that.
Alright, we could try this.
They're essentially just big ass familiars with thumbs.
or what we could do is get rid of the locator ward and then have it open it just in case if it still triggers. That way we're not in a blast zone if one of them happens to be an AoE, because we still don't know what the third spell is, and I have no idea
Well,
what this.
Oh, so hear me out. What if dispelling the locator ward triggers the others?
That is possible.
I would like to not die today.
Yeah, me too. I don't think any of us actually wants to die today.
Okay, that's good. I'm glad we're all in agreement.
So yeah.
What if you triggered it with one of your? And she points to Yin and Shadow and the Phoenix. What's the Phoenix's name again? Hold on.
I don't think I ever gave it a name.
I don't think you did actually. So yeah, Yin and Shadow and your Phoenix, Amalia. What if you just use the spirit and some familiars and?
Yin is technically a living thing. I don't want to have to kill her.
She knows find familiar as well. She does not have it cast though. She's like, I could summon a familiar if we needed it too, but I would take a considerable amount of time doing so.
I like the unseen servant idea.
Well, I would probably still have to cast it as a ritual anyway, since it is a ritual. So.
Yeah, but that's only 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Find
Compared
familiar
to
is an
her,
hour.
Hour, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's if it's not. That's even if it's not a ritual.
Mm-hmm.
Besides,
Find familiar is an hour casting time.
and I have a question. Are we going to be even able to open this with the words on the locks?
Perhaps we could displace the other wards, the locks. I think we have to open this sarcophagi to get what we seek. And she looks around. I don't see any treasure here.
Yeah.
I am uniquely equipped to handle some of these things, though others will absolutely evade my grasp. I can try to get rid of the locator ward on this sarcophagi. I can hide us with shadow. I can summon demons and tentacles, and that is my skill set.
Yeah, let's try the unseen servant. I like the unseen servant. And then we can just leave the room and hide behind a wall.
All right.
As a note, I don't see anything, right, with my see invisibility up?
Currently, no.
Okay.
You look around, you do not see anything whatsoever. Which is good. There's no hidden wards on this thing,
Yeah.
Do we know how to activate it without sliding off the thing?
You have a general idea that any attempt to open this might trigger that room.
Okay.
That seems to be the trigger command.
All right, I guess. Are we sure how far we need to be?
Nope. But I figure, if we leave the room, and go, out past the hallway.
Past the other room, just in case?
Well, not past the other room, just into the other room. Out of this magical darkness.
Okay. Sure. I'm gonna start ritual casting Unseen Servant.
Okay. So 10 minutes go by. All the while, you're all on guard. Whoever wants to can go ahead and roll me a perception check.
Sure.
Just kind of looking around the room. Okay.
And,
Second.
Hey,
Fucking
shot.
Joe.
22.
And then... Oh shit.
What? Hello?
What the fuck is going on here? Okay, Ira actually rolled really low.
I might as well just stop with the perception checks, because I just suck at them.
And I'm
One
kind of
day
casting, so I can't really look.
One day your wisdom will serve you well, hopefully.
I haven't played any wisdom characters yet.
Monks are so good. Anyway, so
Rangers are wisdom.
yeah, rangers are wisdom.
Yeah, but I didn't put very much wisdom on her because spells are kind of eh.
Yeah, I don't. I play 0 wisdom rangers usually with Longstrider and Goodberry and stuff that doesn't need DCs because their exploration spells are pretty good. Their combat spells are garbage. Anyways, so Zhao and funnily enough Yin both seem to notice this while you're casting you. There is one extra pillar in the room compared to the last one. There are 7 pillars in here. There's only 6 in the previous. It's just an interesting thing to note since this room is pretty similar to the last one. Almost identical in a way.
Oh, we asked what was on them earlier, and you said it was just more of the same.
You asked what was on them, but did you take the time to look at all 7 of them before you approached the sarcophagus? Or were you taking a look at them as you were passing? Because the ones at the front all reiterate exactly what was on the other one.
Wow.
The one right next to the sarcophagus in the back, the odd one.
This
one
one?
right here.
Or that one?
This one right here.
Mm-hmm.
Seems to be the odd one out as you start to match the invocations that you had earlier. This one doesn't have an invocation on it. Instead, it has a singular ward on it, and then right below the ward, it has the symbol of the fallen king, except it's turned upside down. And the ward is just a lock ward, just the same as the others. There's 7 locks.
What is up with things and being upside down?
It's some kind of like weird symbolism. People do occult shit, and then like they die, and they're like, "Oh, why did I die?" And I'm like, "That's because you were fucking summoned like demons and shit, you idiot."
At least I'm not summoning a demon. I'm summoning a servant?
As you say that, you're like one page in your book turns, and then your book slams shut and raises up in the air, and there's this like strange presence that you feel, and you watch your book lift as if it's being picked up.
Creepy.
Another note that you distinctly note, Rel, because of your connection to wind here, is that the breeze never seems to go away. It's barely there, but it's always, you feel it kind of poof up every now and then.
From where?
This time it is coming from. It seems to come from many different directions.
Is it centered on? Is it blowing? Like, is all of it centered on one thing?
It never seems to be necessarily centered. You can roll me. Well, you can roll me a quick perception check just in case you want to.
Sure.
Yeah, it never seems to be centered on one thing or anything, but it comes from different directions all the time.
Can I roll an Arcana check to try and figure out what the ward on this one is?
The ward, yeah, I told you a second ago. It's just another lock ward. There are 7 locks in total. This is the 7th lock ward.
Oh, and there were 7 on the sarcophagus?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So
would I know if like altering any of the pillar locks would cause the chest to the sarcophagus to activate?
It seems like the trigger on this is easy enough to identify, and it's actually opening the sarcophagus.
Crazy theory, guys. You remember that map we saw, right? There were 7 tokens there. There's 7 pillars.
Were there 7?
The raven, the chateau, the fox, the tree, the dragon, the bear, the phoenix. 2, 4, 6, and 7.
It was really weird. You just counted by 2s instead of just counting them one by one. It was strange.
Yeah, I decided not to count them one by one.
That bugged me. Like, that unsettled me greatly for some reason.
The lock runes on each of the pillar, are they all the same?
No, they are all different. They are all lock runes, but they are all different.
Different how?
Well, they seem to have shapes, funny enough. They're all circles. Pretty much all runes like this are circular in nature. Think like Full Metal Alchemist style alchemy circles. That's how most wards and runes look.
Yeah.
But the shapes on the edges and then in the center of them seem to change. An interesting point of order, they are mostly geometric shapes, but when you start looking at them a little closer, they could represent something like that.
Like what?
Like the 7 that you saw earlier.
Okay.
Some are arranged in a way that, I mean, that could be like a bird, that could be a fox, that could be a bear. They are very geometric in nature, so it's not like a perfect representation at all or anything. And it could
Yeah.
just be your imagination after she said that.
It's just a thought, but it's a very odd thought.
Very odd is the default state for everything here.
Well, there has been a common theme with the mythos in almost everything that we've found. It's not really too far-fetched.
And my question is, why is there 7 pillars here but 6 in that room?
Well. That is very strange, because the 6 pillars, assuming we exclude the 7th one, all account for... Well, okay, so if we play off this theory that this is the 7, and we think back to that previous room, that means one's missing, and they all talk about fear of the... What's he called? The Shadow King? The Night King?
The Fallen King.
The Fallen King. And they all talk in fear of the Fallen King. But the Fallen King's rune is present here. Which would mean, and if we play off of this...
Important point of order, the ward itself is what's containing these geometric shapes. Below the ward on this pillar, like almost painted onto it, is the symbol of the Fallen King, but turned upside down. Just, maybe I wasn't descriptive with that, so I wanted to make sure.
It could be the same thing, like, what was that other symbol? The one for knowledge that was flipped upside down? Just a thought.
What the rune on this one here? What does it look like?
This one is 3 triangles, all touching at their points, and they are on a tilt, like a 13-degree tilt. Looks like the Triforce.
Nice.
Is there anything written on that pillar?
Written in terms of text, no. It is the only pillar with no text on it. The only thing it has is this symbol of the Fallen King, and it's huge. It covers like an entire face of the pillar.
Is there any particular important information that I can read off the Zerkov guy?
You start reading it, and it starts talking about one of the champions of the Great Unknown, champion of the Veil, a champion of the Seeker, a champion of the One that knows but doesn't say. Which, extrapolating, this is obviously the Shadow.
Oh God. I think this is a champion of the shadow thing.
Well,
Ayura, yes, I did say that. It's been a couple weeks, so whenever she first ran into you and described what the Fallen King was, he is one of the 7 champions of the Shadow that's locked down here. Funk.
You fucked up.
Fucking thunk a second.
Is there any information of what he was?
Roll an investigation check to try to speed read.
Okay. Anybody got proficient in investigation?
I'm going to say it's pretty difficult to help someone speed read, so straight roll.
14.
14? You do not find any hint at what this guy was. He is referenced as a great king, a leader of armies, and a breaker of his enemies.
Hey, what was her name again?
Ayura.
Ayura?
Ayura.
Ayura. Ayura, can you...
Yes.
Do you notice anything weird with the ethereal plane?
1 second.
No. That answered my question.
Okay.
and I relay what's going on with the ethereal plane. That way, you don't waste your energy.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to mentally see if I can. I want to. Rel's just gonna mentally think Tyrion Thor's name.
There's this little like itch for a second when you do so. Roll me a spellcasting check.
Alright.
There's a little itch for a second when you do so, and then silence.
I.
Okay, so what are you guys doing? Ayura seems kind of lost at this point. She's like, I think we should proceed with the unseen servant plan. That's the only thing I know.
Yeah, I'm curious as to why the symbol for him would be upside down.
In occult philosophy, a symbol of anything being turned upside down is a mark against it. It's essentially blasphemy, but of the non-religious kind. Usually, that's what it means. This would be an affront to the fallen king.
Does describe? Oh, you already described the rune. Never mind.
Yeah, it's like the Triforce, but tilted on its side, like 13 degrees.
Yeah. What did the rune for the? Oh no, never mind. I forgot there were statues.
Mm-hmm.
So perhaps the shadow. No. I just want to know who put the 7th rune here.
Maybe it was whoever locked him away.
Well, who got rid of the previous runes?
The deactivated runes in the previous room?
Yes.
She kind of looked sheepish for a second. That was me.
Why?
Because they were warding the room that I was in. I had to deactivate them in order to stay there.
The crystal room?
The room right before us. Oh, no, not the crystal room. Those are different kinds of wards. I'm talking about the pillars in the previous room. I deactivated the wards on those. It took me days. I've been here for a while.
And how did you deactivate those?
I have the ability to do so. I know a spell that can deactivate magic. However, it doesn't always work. And I can only use it a few times a day. It's very taxing.
Gotcha.
Now she can cast Dispel Magic twice a day.
Yes, I know.
Okay. Sometimes it fails, and when it does, it's usually not good, because then I have to come back the next day. I've been down here for a while, like I said.
And what are you looking for from the sarcophagus again?
Specifically, I'm looking for an artifact of the Fallen King, something... I am not necessarily privy to disclose. We were originally looking for the Blade of Consadash, but apparently that was recovered already. We had thought it would be in his tomb.
Right. And so you're not going to tell us what you're looking for right now?
Not yet, no. If it happens that you see it and you understand its power, then at that point I am more than authorized to disclose its information to you, since you already know what it is. But until you know what it is, I am not authorized to disclose that information. Trust me, it's not anything world-ending. It is a unique artifact that we would like to research.
Insight check that.
Go ahead.
Well, all right. That's literally been the story of all my insight checks.
Yeah, she is super hard to read. It's the mask.
It's the mask. As I attempt to roll.
15?
Yes.
Okay. You think you have a pretty good read on her for the most part, and she seems to be cautious, maybe overly so, like especially cautious, like Eve levels of cautious, but also tentatively truthful. She almost seems like she wants to talk about it. She seems excited when it's mentioned. But at the same time, she also seems to be showing like quite a bit of restraint in not mentioning anything about it.
Alright. Unseen servant stuff.
That's all you get from that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So how should I word this? How long do you think we need to get out of the room?
You could say until you shout?
I could technically... how about until you shout? Because you got thaumaturgy. You can be louder than I can.
Alright, sure. That works.
We want you to attempt to open this and activate the runes for us.
Once the signal is given from me saying now.
You feel the presence give a thumbs up.
I take my book back. I don't need this getting destroyed. No offense.
Okay.
Alright, let's go.
All right. So you exit the room easy enough. No issues there whatsoever. And once you're on the other side, Rel, you shout?
Yeah, using thaumaturgy once we're back in the previous room.
Sure, you shout. And then you hear a series of very bizarre noises. So, as the unseen servant is technically incorporeal, it can affect objects, but it is not corporeal itself. Basically like a poltergeist. I'm giving the unseen servant the stats of a commoner, so it has a +0 to all of its rolls.
Poor
Okay.
unseen servant.
So, the first spell is a 9th level inflict wounds.
Oh.
And that is an attack roll with a +13 to hit. And given that the unseen servant has 10 AC, that hits. And the unseen servant takes a 9th level.
Hey, you roll that dice, and if it rolls a nat 1, it misses.
That's true. That's true. 17. So that's a 30.
I tried.
It rolled 3 times its AC. It takes triple damage. Now, so yeah,
So stupid.
Right? It's rolled double your AC. You now take double damage. Sorry.
No.
Tarasks would wipe level 20 parties in minutes. They'd be like, nope, you're dead, you're dead, you're dead. Tarask crit. So Unseen Servant, can you ping that for me real quick? I want to see if this thing has actual HP.
I'm not sure. I know it says it's got like certain strength and shit like that. 1 second.
Yeah.
There you go.
You take all the seconds you need. AC 10, strength of 2,
1 hit point.
Swing through 2.
One whole hit point.
Okay, so your spell ends immediately. And the noises stop.
Did it? It's dead. So.
I wonder how much that inflict wounds would have done. Let's find out. Hold on. What cast at what level? Let's cast a 9th level inflict wounds and just see how much overkill that was.
Probably a lot.
It did 57 damage, which is pretty low for a 9th level spell. But it still killed your unseen servant 57 times over.
Since it's invisible, does that mean the spell has disadvantage?
Natural 20.
Oh, alright, well... I tried twice.
Oh god.
So, in the interest of time, as you go to investigate the noises you heard, you find that the locator rune is now dim, and that the runes below it are dim.
It's still there, but dim.
Right there, it's no light. It's not active.
Okay. Well, hey, does that mean all 3 spells hit him at once?
Yeah, they cast simultaneously.
I want you to roll every single piece of damage. I want
Really?
to know.
Okay, so the 3 spells that were on this were a 9th level inflict wounds, followed by a 9th level disintegrate, followed by a power word kill. So,
wow!
yeah, this thing is designed to instantly murder the poor fool that actually tries to open the sarcophagus. The good thing is that even with a passive perception of 10, you notice the rune. So, let me see 9th level disintegrate. Let's see. So far, it's at 57 points of damage. 9th level disintegrate. Okay. Yeah. Like, whoa. So an unseen servant has a dex of 0, and this is a DC of 19. It almost succeeds. It rolled a 17. So it's the unseen servant would have taken 57 plus 38 plus 80. 175 damage, and then gotten hit with a power word kill, which I will value at an additional 99, since it would kill you from 100 blow.
Yeah.
So, 274 theoretical points of damage to the unseen servant.
My poor unseen
I do
servant.
believe this would have immediately murdered any of you that attempted to open the sarcophagus.
I mean,
But
the power word kill would have killed someone, that's for
Right.
sure.
Totally.
fortunately, the rune is very easy to notice, and the party is not stupid. Asterisk.
That's debatable.
I really just wanted Rel to open it. I was like, I'm ready, Rel. Just do it. Just do it, Rel.
Yeah.
No.
Problem is, it would have targeted 3 of us.
It could have. It could also just target all the same person. It's random.
I feel like you would have put them all on Rel.
I think I would have. I think I would have. Rel deserves to die for Scylla's sins.
Wow!
Every time I think Scylla needs to die, I'm like imagining ways to kill Rel in my head.
Jesus.
All right, so your unseen servant's gone, but your sarcophagus is clear of death.
Now that's how you trigger a trap. If I summon him again, I'm gonna have to give him a high five.
I was just like, that thing got triggered like Tumblr. Hey.
The fuck's a tumbler?
It's a thing that you throw a bunch of stones into, and then you spin them around, and it's really good for grinding down grain.
Touche. Touche.
Also, you can do it. You could do a tumble by running and kind of doing like a roll as you.
Yes, it could also be one who tumbles.
I thought you were going to talk about Rel tumbling down a hill.
So, who's open the sarcophagus? Because I don't.
I believe this would be a job for somebody that's not somebody that's a little smarter and a little more well physique. I mean, I think
You?
Amalia, why don't you open the sarcophagus for us? Oh, please.
Oh
Me?
yes,
Smart?
Obsidian is
That's
totally.
cute.
It's totally not obsidian and heavy as all shit.
I thank you for the compliment, though. I do think I have a nice body.
All right, all right. Well, I think we need to open this.
What about the sealing words? Or should we keep the sealing words on it?
I don't know. I don't think we can open it with the ceiling on there.
I'm gonna stand back here.
I feel like those are like locks, you know, like they make it not open. That's usually what locks do, right?
I thought they were just locking him inside the sarcophagus because it's kind of just like a stone cell.
I didn't think about that, but maybe. Let's try.
But the runes aren't on his body, they're on a object.
Yeah, but like warding against him. I don't know.
You're the magic person. What do you mean you don't know? You're not allowed to not know.
I didn't even know what the runes did. I just knew like one of them did some vaporizing, melting shit.
Yeah, that was more than I could have picked up.
Ira had rolled a 23 on hers. She's just like, I don't think we'll be able to open these without these runes being disappeared, but we could try.
I'm going to be over here. Have fun.
I'll look through her inventory, see if she's got anything useful here.
I do have some grappling hooks.
She does have something useful, I guess.
Is it a crowbar?
No, she does not have a crowbar. She does have a scroll of dispel magic on her. That's
I mean,
it, though.
I have a crowbar.
Ooh.
I have 2 grappling hooks that we could hook and drag from a distance.
Well, if we pull them around the like the pillars, we could make some kind of like weird levee system.
What? Why would we need to make a...
That way we wouldn't have to be close if it popped open and something tried to grab you.
Well, that, and it's easier to apply force, like when you've got something to leverage.
Rel over here is like, I went to engineering school.
And
math and science.
And Rel has extra rope that we could tie to the grappling hook.
And tie her on my face.
I have some salt. Do you want that? It sounds like you want that.
Yes. This is just the DM talking now. I wonder if you, since you is an ooze, I wonder if you just poured salt on her, would she like melt away like a slug?
I feel like that's your decision to make. You're the one asking the question, but you're the one that needs to give the answer.
Do oozes have an extreme salt allergy? That's the question here.
Look it up?
No. Anyway, so what plan of action are y'all going with here?
Crowbar's not bad. Pulleys also aren't bad.
Cool.
Pulleys?
I'll let y'all decide, and then I'm going to go to the bathroom while you're deciding.
Okay, I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna go on the BRB screen. Okay, good.
That was 2 seconds. You're a freaking liar. You're such a liar. Oh my great Gibblegivers. Hey, y'all have a plan. So from what I've been told, you're going to use grappling hooks while Zhao like crowbars the lid off. Is this the plan that we're going with?
I thought I was gonna crowbar.
Are you gonna crowbar?
I
And
can
Zhao pull?
crowbar.
Zhao should crowbar.
Well, if Zhao crowbars, I have to be within 5 feet of him at all times.
Because it's not a real crowbar, it's your pack weapon.
Oh, I thought you... Okay.
I don't have a real crowbar.
Interesting, okay.
Alright, well, okay, then Amalia crowbars and Zhao helps.
Okay.
Or
Sure.
push. I guess you could push.
Sure.
I don't know. Probably
You
helpful.
think-
That'd give him more leverage.
You think I'd actually carry a crowbar on me? That's so weird.
I actually kind of did, yeah.
What do you think I'm gonna do with a real crowbar?
Use it for leverage.
Ah,
The thing that it's meant to do.
Yeah.
I have a 9 to strength. I can't do shit with it.
I mean, crowbar gives you +10.
This is true.
Charisma.
All right, so
Does the crowbar? So if she uses a crowbar, is it a charisma check? Does it give +10 to charisma at that point?
such a fucking like hard question to answer. There are so many ramifications to answering this one way or another that I'm just like hesitant to even think that it exists. And
When I used my mining pick, I used I was
Yeah.
allowed to use charisma.
It uses charisma. It uses charisma.
Does it give a +10 to charisma?
Or not to charisma, it's to the roll.
So it's to the okay. That's what I mean.
Yeah. The crowbar doesn't give you +10 to strength, it gives you +10 to that roll.
Just put on a crowbar and you automatically have +10 to your strength.
It'd be such an OP weapon. Like, it'd be an improvised weapon, so it's just a 1d4, but at the same time, it's like, I have 15 strength, fuck off.
I am the Freeman.
Put a fucking crowbar fighter would instantly break the game. Gee, what kind of dual-wielding crowbars?
+20 to strength? Question mark?
Question mark? These are the real questions that have no real answers. Okay, so you all get in position with Amalia, like, kind of getting up behind the lid, and y'all attach some crowbars or some grappling hooks and get out your crowbar and Ayura will. Does she know this?
Why is the weak person using the crowbar?
Oh wow. Okay. Ayura's gonna hold an action. She stands up right next to the lid, and she looks at y'all and she's, "Oh, if we manage to get this off, stop pushing the second it loosens, please. I'm going to make it float."
Okay.
It
All right.
has to be loose. It can't be tight right now, but the second that it comes loose, I can cast Levitate on it and make it float. It's just a spell that I know once a day.
Okay, sure.
Okay, so she's gonna hold Levitate, which is a once a day thing for her, I believe. Yeah. Cool. All right. So who's doing the pulling with the grappling hooks? Is it Rel and you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so since Zhao is pushing here, grappling hooks have advantage, and then the crowbar has a +10 to this check. So Amalia, give me a charisma check and add 10 to it, and then Rel and you both roll strength checks with advantage.
Oh, thank God, because I have a -8. I mean, I have a -1.
Me too.
-8.
Oh, shoot. I didn't
Nope,
mean to roll
it's
it
okay.
twice.
We're taking the 12. I got you.
So 24?
24 on the strength check. Ooh, hold on. What is the DC on this? So it's... Wait, what is 15 plus 7? 23, right?
Yeah.
22.
22. The DC is 22 on this, then. Amalia, like, gets in and flexes a little bit, and for some reason the shape of the packed weapon seems to assist here. It does come up loose just a little bit, and you see it crack just a little, and you're like, oh, fuck, hold on. But the wards seem to hold it down a little bit more. Maybe with some more help from your teammates, you might be able to break these wards. You might be able to break these chains.
Well, didn't she cast Levitate?
Yeah, but it has to loosen.
It has to actually come off of the base itself. Like getting a little bit of a crack in there does not constitute a loose object.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Amalia, can you see in there?
No.
Yeah, you couldn't see anything. It was brief, instant. So, another round of checks. Let's see what happens. Advantage on the 2 strength checks, and Amalia, you have +10. Ooh.
It's a 32.
Jesus Christ.
Come on, guy.
I'm trying. We're weak noodles.
It's
I have noodle arms too.
so what is the combined? Hold on.
Magical combo.
It was
So
literally one
you
off
were-
from my highest roll.
You were too short of succeeding on this in total. It crashes back down. You're almost there. You're almost there. You can't seem to get it. Maybe one more try. One more round of checks. Amalia has to roll a 22, or Amalia technically only has to roll a 12 or higher, but your group total between the 3 checks
Question,
has
what
to
is-
equal 60 or higher.
Isn't Zhao helping? Because we haven't rolled for Zhao.
Zhao's helping. He's giving you advantage on the
Oh, okay.
grappling hooks. Yeah. So one more round. 11.
22.
Oh
Oh, nope.
no. Nope. This one doesn't even come. You're starting to get a little bit more tired. Looking at it, it ain't great, boss. Ayura's like sitting there holding the spell, like, come on.
I had faith in you guys.
Shout.
Yes. Hello. Yes.
Can you give Amalia guidance?
Oh yeah. Sure.
Oh. Hey,
Like reaches over and touches your shoulder.
fuck all of you.
Oh.
Get your asses into it. I'm spitting inspiration on everybody.
She says as she struggles against the rope.
You're giving out. Well, I guess you only need to give out 2 because you can't. His
Yeah.
job's not rolling.
Okay, so who are you giving inspiration to? Rel
Amalia.
and Amalia?
Yeah, and Rel.
And you're saying fuck all of you?
Fuck all of you. Put your backs into it.
Real
Okay,
inspiring.
very inspiring. So your inspiration die is a d6. So both of you have a d6 you can add to the roll, and Amalia, you also have an additional d4. Okay, one more round. This
One
represents the
more.
final check. This is the final countdown.
Roll the
Wow.
inspiration.
Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. You can still
Wow.
make this. And Amalia, you can add your inspiration die as well if you'd like.
Unrecognized command. Roll 1d6. Excuse me?
The fuck? Oof. Alright, so what is the total between all
Oh,
of
like
this?
that's enough.
5 plus 3 plus 4 plus
That's
2
a
plus
30.
14 plus 10. That's 38 total. Nope. You do not seem to be able to remove the lid from this sarcophagi. It is much too heavy. You almost made it once. You rolled a 58 in total once.
Ah.
And that was with Amalia. That was the first roll. That was a 24, and then total it was a 58.
Oh, because Rel got 15, didn't she?
That's 16, I think.
Oh, wait. Hold on. No. Just a minute.
Yeah, because you
'Cause
had
Rel did have advantage.
So
15 plus 3
I don't
plus
think that's going to be enough.
24 plus 5 plus 4 plus
Oh
2.
yeah. 15 plus 2. So I
That's a
actually-
53.
Oh.
That's a 53.
So.
So you do not seem to be able to lift this sarcophagi. It is much too heavy. Ayura's just sitting there like, oh, maybe I should help you instead of trying to levitate this.
Probably.
Fine. She casts levitate on herself. She's like floating a little bit. She's like, no, back down. And she starts pushing. She gets up behind you, Amalia, and it's like this weird awkward angle. and she takes the back of the crowbar, and she's like trying to give you like assistance on this. She will also use borrow secrets to become proficient with a crowbar. She's going to give you help. I don't think you need proficiency in crowbar, but that's an ability she has, and I want to use it because it's cool.
Zhao,
She now has proficiency with crowbar.
give it to her again.
Katie.
Amalia, please make this one count.
Excuse me.
Inspiration.
Is this your version of Bard? You're just a bitch to everybody?
I'm imagining you as kind of tired. It can't
now
be
I
that
need this
inspiration.
like very indifferent kind of bored Bard just watching their teammates die like, oh, here's a healing word. Could you like get up and actually do something, you fucking loser? Like there's a D12, use it for something more than just crying. I need to play this now.
Jesus.
What is
Anyways.
inspiration effect again?
You can use it on any skill checks.
Which is what we're
Attack
doing.
rolls.
Skill checks,
Or-
attack rolls, or saving throws?
Yeah.
I don't think it's 2 saving throws, is it?
Yeah.
Inspiration?
I think so.
Oh, okay. Well, then, yeah, skill checks, attack rolls,
Yeah,
and
I
saving
think it
throws.
was just Valor that got the damage one on
Yeah,
it.
Valor's damage.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, with that, Zhao will cast Guidance on Amalia, and there can be one additional roll now that Ayura has changed her positioning. So, and all of you roll with advantage.
Okay.
17. Awesome.
Ooh.
19.
Oh. Y'all rolled high that time, so that's 17
before.
plus 30.
Don't forget your
Plus
inspiration.
19.
Put it on there.
Oh yeah, your
Plus-
inspiration.
1,
Wait, Well doesn't have it. I only have 3.
5. That is a 72. So it comes crashing to the ground. It actually shatters part of the steps entirely, and you watch as all of the wards on the sarcophagi lid immediately go dark the second it's open. Inside the sarcophagi, as you look down, even you, Amalia, see nothing. There is nothing in this sarcophagi, and I mean nothing. It is a pitch black void of nothingness. And suddenly the room goes dark for a moment. Daylight stops completely for a second, and then just sparks back into existence, just barely in Zhao's hand. Ayura kind of mumbles under her breath, oh, this was a mistake.
Rel, do you see
What's your
anything?
idea?
Oh yeah, do I see anything? I still have seen invisibility on.
Make a perception check.
I
Zhao's Zhao's light distance is half.
17.
Okay, 17. Does not get advantage because he's invisible, because you could see that. You do not see anything. You do hear something. There's a quick, strange rush far off to your right. Like if you were looking at the sarcophagus, this is your right. And then silence again. Zhao's light is dimmed, and it is continuously getting dimmer right now. It is also the temperature in the room has dropped a solid 5 degrees just almost immediately, and seems to be getting colder as we go. And Ayura takes a step back and around the sarcophagus. Excuse me. And looks around. I don't see anything. And she looks in the sarcophagus, and she looks to Rel, and she looks to Amalia.
Rob points. I heard something over there, and she points to where she heard the noise from. Oh, that's lovely.
There it is. Released from my slumber.
You hear, at first, what sounds like one voice quickly turn into two. seemingly coming from multiple angles at once. There's this odd, raspy whisper that fills your ears. It almost seems to vibrate in your chest. It's coming from the whole room. And it continues speaking.
I have long wondered when adventurers would come and free me from my prison. It's been so long. But there is one thing I must do. I would love to let you live as a reward, but I'm afraid I am weak, and I require sustenance. Before you die, do me the courtesy of telling me what year it is.
What year is it?
You tell him what year it is.
Yeah.
I have to go consult the calendar.
I appreciate that.
You hear this growling noise suddenly echo from two different sides of the room.
I'm going to take the dodge action.
We can do that in initiative order because initiative has started. 1 second. Okay, and Rel, you actually have top initiative here.
Do I see him?
Make another perception check. I would say just you'll have to use your bonus action to do that if you want to actually genuinely look around the room.
All right, that's fine. That's 12.
You look around the room quickly, and you do for just a split second. Behind one of the pillars, the shadows seem to move onto themselves. It's like it's a really bizarre looking movement, but it's definitely not something that was there before. And it's next to oh, hold on, wrong tool. It's next to this pillar over here.
Okay. Rel points to the pillar over there, and I'm going to twin spell haste.
Okay, who are you targeting?
I am targeting Amalia and you.
Is haste not touch?
No.
What's the range?
30 feet.
Oh, interesting. Okay, cool. So Amalia and you
I
both
have to
have
get
haste.
a little closer to get right here.
Okay, that works. As long as you can reach them both, not a big deal. Perfect. So Amalia and you both have haste. So both of you go ahead and mark yourselves with some circle or an icon or something to denote that. And Rel, yeah, you got yours.
Yellow.
Yep.
Sure.
And that costs... Twin spell is just...
Twin spell is the level
2.
of the spell, I believe.
Is it?
Yeah.
What is that under? Meta magic?
Because
spell.
cantrips
What's
are
the-
1.
Yeah, spells level to a target. Yeah, okay, so
Yep,
yeah,
so
it'd be 3.
Okay, good to know. Amalia, it's now your turn. You feel the sudden rush, almost elation as the haste spell takes hold. You feel like you could run a marathon. You feel like that squirrel from that one movie. Fuck, what's that
Ice
one
Age?
movie? No, not Ice Age. There's a squirrel and he drinks coffee and he's already really hyper, and then he just runs around and he fucks with everybody. Hoodwinked, yes, you are that right now. You are double speed everything you do.
Fucking awesome. Alright,
Such a good
so
movie.
double speed +2 to AC.
Mm-hmm. Which is going to be very helpful for you here in just a second.
And advantage on dex saves.
You also
Yes.
get a +2 to your AC.
Yeah, she said that.
Yeah, I said that, yeah.
So double movement speed, you get an extra attack, 1 extra attack each round, or action, and you're good. So, all right, what are you doing?
Okay, sorry, I was setting that up.
You're good.
So double movement speed is 60 feet. Did you point it out?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Sweet. I'm gonna run up right here. Can I see anything?
Go ahead and make a perception check. Would be a bonus action.
She does technically have that, the devil sight, right?
She does.
That was I almost hit performance, then I almost hit persuasion. I persuade you to show yourself.
Looking around, you don't see anything there.
Need to see a target for that. That's. I could what?
You can attack anyway, just like swing wildly.
I can. Do I? No, I don't want to do that. I'll just swing wildly, I guess.
Sure. Okay. What weapon are you using?
My greatsword.
Okay, go ahead. Gotcha. Yeah, you swing in the air. You do not connect with anything.
Okay.
Okay. And that is going to end your turn. It's now Yen's turn. Keep in mind that Yen does not share your ability to see in darkness, by the way.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Yeah, Yen's gonna hold an action for if I lash at something that's in my melee range.
Okay, so it'll attack if you attack anything in your melee.
Yeah.
Okay. It is Ayura's turn. Ayura looks around. I don't think I see anything. I'm gonna make a perception check for her bonus action. And the only reason they're bonus actions is because the room is so wide and open. There's not really any cover here to hide behind, so it's pretty easy to spot stuff usually. She looks around. I don't see anything. She holds her dagger close, and then she like runs down 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and she's just gonna stand right next to you, Rel, and she doesn't actually physically touch you, but she's essentially like back to back with you right now. Let's see, that requires a target. She is levitating, which means she's concentrating right now. Yeah, she's levitating 10 feet off the ground, and she is going to use an action to cast Mirror Image on herself. And she has Mirror Images, which is not concentration. All right, and that is the end of her turn. Zhao.
Well, Zhao's gonna. I guess he can only get right here.
Okay.
And I guess he'll make a perception check.
Sure.
That's my sheet, not his. His perception is higher than mine. That's 15.
Doesn't seem to see anything. He's looking around and he's trying super hard, but he doesn't see anything.
I guess he's going to cast. I don't think he can do that. Whoa, wait.
Amalia, important point of order here. Oh, wait, no, yours was a 9, wasn't it? Okay.
He's going to cast Detect Evil and Good.
Okay, ping the spell for me real quick. No, if there's an aberration, celestial, elemental, fey, fiend, or undead, I believe this guy is technically... Technically is not undead. He's got a lot to do with undead, but he is not undead himself. Similarly, you know if there's a place or object within 30 feet. The room that you are in has been desecrated. I will tell you that. However, he does not sense this creature. This creature is none of the listed types, unfortunately.
Well,
That's information.
I get an additional action with haste.
Yeah, I thought...
Does that mean I get to attack a 4th time?
No, you get an additional one attack.
Right, yeah. One attack.
Okay.
Yeah. Haste is special. It gives you an additional action, but if you attack with it, it's only one attack.
Okay.
Yeah. Otherwise, fighters with haste would be insane.
Yeah, that is fair.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so, yeah, Zhao doesn't detect anything, unfortunately, although the area that you are in has been desecrated. So,
Well, yeah, probably by us.
Well, desecration is actually like a subcomponent of the hallowed spell. It actually has like mechanical effects and stuff.
Okay.
So.
Ugh.
Yeah. You.
Okay. Oh.
All of you at the same time hear this. It's like a whisper in your ear, and it's,
don't be afraid of the dark.
I don't know the light. It's nice. Allows me to see things.
Huh?
You is going to go here and dash.
okay, so when you dash that direction, you run smack at it into something. It's like hitting a steel wall.
Found it!
And you feel this movement against you. You're looking directly in front of you and you see nothing whatsoever. However, Rel, when she yells out, found it, you look and there's this weird shimmer and you start to make out the outline of this creature. Just barely. It's barely there. It's clearly using a type of invisibility, but it seems to be augmented by something. You're not sure what.
Ow.
But
This is similar to that fucking creature we fought, isn't it?
You mean the Shadow
it's
Drake?
very similar to that creature that you fought. In fact, as the outline becomes clear to you, like there's little shimmers. It's like trying to find cracks in glass where in very thin glass where it's almost impossible to see them. You have to like kind of tilt your head at angles. It's long and has a tail.
Oh.
It's also huge.
Ow.
You all hear it roar out as you slam into it. You feel its presence right in front of you.
I slammed down a fairy fire on it.
Okay,
Oh.
all right.
Fuck.
Fairy fire, oh fucking P. So what is that, a dex save?
Yes. It is
Okay, let me
a
go-
dex save, and the dex save is 14.
Is 14, okay. Your spell DC increased. Nice. How did it increase? Anyway, dexterity. It rolled a 23, I'm sorry.
Oh, damn
Oh.
it.
It doesn't even have, well, it has pretty good dex, actually. It's got a +4. So, it seems to just disappear for a moment. It's definitely still there, though.
Yeah, I'm going to attempt to stab it.
You just use your action to cast Fairy Fire.
I am hastened.
Oh, yeah, that's a thing. Okay, sure, yeah.
20.
Okay, 20. It is an unseen attack, or unseen thing, so you actually have disadvantage on the roll, keep that in mind. So it's a 17. 17 does still hit, though, I will tell you that.
12 for yen.
That's gonna miss.
Okay, I don't think I get sneak attack, right?
You do not. You were not hidden, and currently Amalia is not threatening it.
Since I didn't dash, let's see, how far was I?
Wait. So Amalia didn't hit it?
Amalia did not hit it.
Okay.
No, I must have been too far away.
That's why I asked what weapon you were using. You were 5 more feet away than Greatsword's reach was. If you had used a glaive, you could have hit it.
In a sheer amount of panic, I slapped myself and cast Sanctuary. Oh shit.
Okay, sure. The blue shimmer appears around you. All right, and it is now the Fallen King's turn, and you hear a growl, not from directly in front of you, but from behind you, and you hear this coming up behind you, Rel and Ayura. It is going to break its invisibility.
No.
And it is going to use Stygian Breath.
That's what I was afraid this thing was. God damn it.
Yup. Welcome to hell, friends. Stygian Breath. I need Rel, Ayura, and Zhao to all make me... I believe this is a con save. Yep, it's a con save. Make me a Constitution saving throw,
Please.
And Daylight is a 3rd level spell, so Daylight actually does stay here. Okay, 15.
What's
15.
15 from me?
15 is the DC.
Oh, yes! All right. Then Zhao rolls a 26.
Zhao's rolls a 26. Nice. Ayura, let's find out. She's not good at these. She's very bad at these. She has -1 con.
Oh, no.
She rolled a 13. She fails. All right. So, Zhao and Rel, you will take half, which is 21 points of cold damage.
Take that Constitution save because you got to do another one. You're concentrating.
I know.
Mm-hmm. Fuck. Oh shit! And haste drops as well, which means Amalia and you're both stunned for a round.
Oh goody! Luckily I got Sanctuary on me.
And with that, Ayura is going to take the full brunt of 42 points of cold damage. However, Ayura is resistant to cold damage, I believe. 1 second. She is a damage resistance, cold and psychic. Yes, perfect. So she will also just take 21 points of damage. Oof. Buddy, and you see the shape materialize, breathing this dark, seemingly just cursed mist out of its mouth, out of this gaping maw, is a drake, similar in shape and size to the other drake that you had seen earlier in the ethereal plane. This creature is absolutely evil. Rel, you know it in your heart. You consider yourself a bad person, maybe even evil. It is not the same thing as this. This is a creature made of malice. And that it is going to use its shadow jump, and it is going to teleport right here. It just disappears for a second, like in Shadow, and then reappears. Funnily enough, when it does so, this is the exact same magic. It looks exactly the same as Yu's ability.
Question.
It's almost like our subclass was based on this thing. What?
Can it do that considering daylight's being cast there?
Yes, it can't use that when it's invisible. The Drake cannot use its Speed Surge or its Stygian Breath while invisible, so it breaks its invisibility, uses its Stygian Breath, and then teleports.
Okay.
Nope, that's a good point. The magical transport must begin and end in an area of dim light or darkness, and this is not an area of dim light or darkness, so that is a good point. Let's use 10 feet of its movement. It's going to get right here. Right up on Ayura, and just slides to the side, this sinister snaking motion, and that is the end of its turn. And you and Amalia, you are both stunned all of a sudden. You just feel so sluggish, and you just can't breathe. It's like it's the reverse of getting dipped into an ice bath. And you see this shape materialize before you, and it is going. Yeah.
Important question. What happens if I cast haste on them again?
The same thing that always happens when you cast haste. They're still stunned till the end of the round.
Okay, because this is way lethargy. Okay.
Yeah, no, it's they're still stunned to the end of the round. Okay, anyways, so the creature appears in front of you, and it's going to go ahead and make attacks against both of you. It's going to make a bite attack against Amalia, and a tail attack against you. And against you, it has to succeed on a wisdom save.
Yep.
I know. Thank
and
you.
Disadvantage.
Right, because of your armor. Okay. Wisdom save 12? I don't think beats your DC. Okay, so it's gonna make 2 attacks against Amalia. The hell was that? Oh. So that's a 27 and a 26 to hit.
Yep.
Yeah. And as you are not paralyzed, these are not automatic criticals, you are still going to take 38 points of piercing and bludgeoning damage, kind of mixed, in total.
Okay.
Okay.
I thought that was just for one hit, because,
No. No.
You need to stop.
That is for both hits. And the creature is going to spread both of its wings and glide backwards. And that is going to be the end of its turn. Rel, it's now your turn. Both of the creatures are clearly visible at the moment.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't roll for this thing. I'm stupid.
I'm
Okay, cool.
gonna cast mirror image.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. And I'm gonna cry.
Usually a good idea.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna get like over here.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna bonus action. But like, drinking a potion is a bonus action, right?
It is a bonus action. That's correct.
All right. I'm gonna bonus action drink this health potion.
Okay, go ahead.
Heal pot. Potion of healing.
6 HP.
6. All right. Let's start.
All right, and it is going to. No, it's not. Yeah, it'll make a tail attack against you when you run away.
Fuck! I didn't realize it was 10 feet. Shit.
It misses.
Oh,
So,
right.
Yeah. Amalia, you are stunned and you just catch your breath for a second. That's the end of your turn. They do skip their whole turn, right?
Yeah.
I avoid the fuck out of haste. I never use haste anymore.
Let's see.
Slow
was... can't move or take actions until after its next turn.
Can't move or take actions. Okay, so you could technically use a bonus action here.
Really?
Mm-hmm. You can also use reactions, funny enough. So you, if you wanted to, you could have taken a swing at that guy, but you will use your Sanctuary.
No, I'm good.
Okay. Yeah, so you can use bonus action.
Although
I use
Ian
a
will.
bonus action.
Ian will totally do that.
Okay, Amalia, what are you doing? I'm sorry.
I'm gonna cast Hex on that guy.
Okay, so you just mumble under your breath really quickly. Quick cast of Hex, and he is hexed. What stat?
Dex.
Okay,
Yeah,
sure.
Dex.
Has disadvantage on all Dex checks. Got it. And you are now concentrating. Mark that, please. And Yin. The 13 misses, and it's now back to Yin's turn.
Not even sure if Yin can do much to it.
You're always welcome to try.
Yeah, she's going to.
Okay.
Jack that big strength.
She like flies up to it, like slams into it with her tail. Go ahead and roll an attack.
21.
21 hits.
Makes a con save.
Oh my god, please. Okay,
if
hold
this
on.
thing fails,
Okay, so it has a +4 to con, so
it can fail.
It can fail. It can fail. All right. I don't want to roll this. Okay, no, it rolled a 14. It's good.
Okay.
I'm like over here, like I don't know about this, boss. It still takes 5 points of piercing damage, though. The first blood drawn by you in terms of this thing, or Yin rather. Okay, Yin just stabs into it, and the dragon.
Foul little creature, imp, know your place.
Just kind of like swats Yin away for a second. It is Alira's turn, and she is going to. Oh shit! Levitate is not actually. Oh, and Levitate's fucking gone. She fails her con save. Levitate's not actually once a day. That shit's at will. Interesting.
Nice.
Can she target another creature with this? Move only be pushing. Which allows it to move as if it were climbing. Can change the target's altitude up to 20 feet in either direction on your turn. Interesting. Okay. No, she's just going to healing word herself. She's got mirror image on. She's gonna healing word herself, and she is going to
Mirror image is in concentration.
Right, I know.
Okay.
Oh no, she's not gonna healing word herself. She's gonna cast Spirit Guardians.
I cast Spirit Guardians.
I got Spirit Guardians.
Her Spirit Guardians does necrotic damage.
She's evil.
She is evil.
What?
Let's see. She's not necessarily evil per se, but she does do necrotic damage with her Spirit Guardian. She is a specific subclass. Oh, she's not even a specific subclass. She's a specific type of class. Anyway. Okay, so whenever it comes to his turn, Spirit Guardians is on. She is gonna fucking drink one of those fucking lesser health potions. She's like, nope.
Oh, it does do necrotic damage if you're evil.
Yeah, you can. I believe you can also opt for it to do necrotic damage if you choose to. No, hers does necrotic damage because of her subclass.
Yeah, if you're good or neutral, it does radiant. If you're evil, it does necrotic.
Good to know. Where is my token macro? There it is. Heal pot.
No, she's
That's
fucking
gross.
evil. I'm convinced.
She could be. 8 HP. Cool. All right, it's just turn.
Oh.
Yeah, Zhao is Oh, he has this prepared. Like all the time.
Okay.
Cool. Within 10 feet. So okay. Yeah. Alright.
What you got? Come on.
He's gonna cast Guardian of Faith.
Ooh, okay, where's he casting it at?
Centered on this point right here.
Okay, let's use
I think, unless you can get it. Oh, he can. Actually, centered on
let's be funny and actually use a picture of a shadow dragon.
this point.
So how big is it?
This.
Is it like what how big is it?
It's
10 feet,
10 feet
radius?
Yeah. 10 feet radius, yeah.
So it's like this big.
Right there, yeah.
Okay. And I'm just gonna set this to back layer. No layer, move to back. There we go. Okay, cool.
So let's see. And is this on his turn? Hold on, let me ping this.
Large spectral guardian. Any creature hostile to you that moves to a space within 10 feet of the guardian for the first time.
For the first time on a turn. Okay.
On a turn, must succeed on a dexterity saving throw. The creature takes 20 radiant damage on a failed save, or half as much. Okay, so gotcha.
All right. And then
action?
that's his action. And then he can't bonus action cast Mass Healing Word. Okay. Yeah. He can't. The rule for bonus action casting was it has to. If you cast like a high level bonus action, you can only cast a cantrip.
Yeah, it's a cantrip.
Okay. Then yeah, he's gonna move up here.
Okay.
And, he gonna get right there.
he gonna ride over there. All right. So it is now Yu's turn.
You can't do much.
And yeah, and the stun goes away, and you can use a bonus action if you choose to.
No, I'm good.
Okay, and that's the end of your turn. It is now the Fallen King's turn. The Fallen King, the one right next to Ayura, he moves to a space within 10 feet of the Guardian. We'll just say it goes off. Go ahead and I have to roll for this. So it's a dexterity saving throw?
Yeah, and Jazz DC is 13.
13? Okay, that's not terribly high. It's pretty good at these. 15, so. It does damage. Okay, so it takes 10 points of radiant damage. And it seems to have a volatile reaction to this. It hurts it quite a bit. He takes 20 points of radiant damage.
Hey!
Yep. Shadow Drakes are vulnerable to radiant damage. The more you know. Bum, 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 bum. Okay.
Good to know.
I need to roll a d6. Okay. That's not good. It's going to instantly use its Stygian breath. I wonder if that cone would hit Amalia. Ooh, it might. Hold on. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, no, it does not. It's a 20-foot radius, so it only hits right here. He can target a point within 60 feet, but then it's a 20-foot radius within that point. So he's going to hit right here. Oh, could he get you? He could. He's going to get you all. I need con saves.
Please no, not like this. Fuck me in the asshole.
I can almost certainly tell you right now you're unconscious.
I am, absolutely.
Unless he rolls really low. Roll for Zhao.
Yep.
Okay, Zhao's good. And then Ayura. Oh, Ayura's probably fucking dead here. We'll see. Okay, Rel, you are unconscious. Ayura is unconscious. Zhao's going to take 20 points of damage. Cold damage, specifically.
Okay.
Even with her cold resistance, Ayura still fucking gets knocked out. Okay. And that is that Drake's turn. This Drake is going to, it's going to take a couple of swats at Yin.
Insect, know your place in the hierarchy.
And it is going to use a bite and a tail slap against Yin. 16 to hit, I believe, hits.
Yep. 13 is
16 and then an 11. So she dodges the tail slap, but right immediately after that, it just claws straight through her. And yes.
Can I Hellish Rebuke that?
Is Hellish Rebuke just on damage?
Yeah.
Yes, we have ruled that you can Hellish Rebuke before you can use a reaction before you go unconscious.
Okay, then I Hellish Rebuke him.
Okay, good to know. Okay, that's going to be a failure, so he takes 8 points of lightning damage, and you ignore the resistance.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and it is then the second Fallen King's turn, and it takes 2 swipes at Yin. One of them hits, and Yin's... Oh, it rolled almost max damage. Yin's going to take 27 points of piercing damage.
Oh, she's still good. She's got 25 health.
All right, Rel, it's now your turn. You are unconscious.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll me a death save.
Bigger.
That's a failure. Amalia, it's now your turn.
I don't wanna. What is it to drink a potion again?
Bonus.
It is a bonus action.
Bonus action. Okay,
Mhm.
and I do already. I'm gonna do that. Is there a thing here for that?
Yeah, you can click your token, and then it's top left corner.
That's not a lot. That's
It's
all
not.
of it, but that's not a lot. Oh no,
No.
that's not quite at all. Okay. God, why does that have to be necrotic damage?
He, as an interesting point of order, I didn't make his... Hold on.
Yeah, didn't make his save for the spirit.
He does fail. He does fail. So he takes 11 points of necrotic damage. And he's still looking in fighting shape, but he's starting to show some wear and tear. He does not appear to be resistant to necrotic damage.
Okay.
He has, I will tell you, he has 1 damage immunity, but it's not necrotic.
What does
cold.
this do again?
It is cold.
Hey.
Yep. Vulnerabilities are radiant, immunities are cold, and he's immune to a slew of conditions. He also speaks a language that none of you speak or can understand.
Neat.
What does that do? Can't really move closer.
True sunlight. Oh.
No, that'll still fuck me over. I've already used a spell.
What do you got?
I don't know. I don't got much. That's unreliable. That's
You
also
will bleed
unreliable.
beneath the claw of the fallen king.
Fuck it. I'm gonna pull out my longbow.
Zippity zoop dot the fuck out of this place.
Yeah, I don't want to be here anymore. Come back here, and I'm gonna shoot at it.
Do it.
Just do it.
Which one are you shooting at?
The one with my hex. Oh my fucking.
17 does hit. The 8 does not. So, alright. And that is 14 points of damage. Good to know. Come on, roll 20. You know what you're doing. At this point, the creature is bloodied. He's starting to show a little bit of slowing down. He seems to be the type to not enjoy prolonged battle. Seems to be a hit it and quit it type of fighter.
Are they both looking bloody?
Interestingly enough, yes.
Haha!
Okay. And
Sorry, that's my
you don't
turn.
have any yeah, because you drank a potion. Got it. Yin.
Yin is gonna get directly above his head and still sting him.
Sure.
Sting.
Come on, Yin.
Stingity, sting, sting, sting.
16 just hits.
Oh,
Shit. Con
That
save.
is its AC.
Did-
Come over here. Come over here,
just
Heather.
rolling that one.
Come over here.
I can't. It requires me to untangle myself.
That is a 2. It has a +4 to its con saves, which makes that a 6.
wow.
That is exactly 5 lower than the DC.
Wow.
I'm not touching that dice. Come confirm it.
Come here and bring it here.
Well,
I'm
then I've
watching
touched
you.
the dice.
I'm watching you.
I have faith in you.
Exactly, I have faith. It is a 2.
Okay, so Yin gets up on top of it, and you hear Yin almost seem to speak for a second. Not necessarily. It's mostly just kind of gibberish, but it's this angry noise. It stabs right into the base of the top of the spine, where the base of the skull meets the actual spinal cord, and the dragon.
What is this?
It gets a little slow for a second, and it seems to not fully shake it off, but it also doesn't seem to fully succumb.
Fuck. It's like, holy shit, what the fuck?
It is especially resistant to this stuff. It might be immune to being unconscious, or paralyzed, or stunned. Anyways, continue.
So it's poisoned.
It is poisoned. It's not immune to being poisoned. So it is now poisoned for the next hour.
Let's see. I think it's a D4 to figure out how many. 3 minus 3 to everything.
What?
Right?
No. You're thinking of Bane. It's poison gives a disadvantage on all rolls, basically.
Okay. Yeah.
It has disadvantage. I'm pretty sure on every D20 roll.
I think
So,
so.
all right. So that's the end of Yin's turn. Good job, Yin. Well, can we talk about nerfing your subclass? Anyways, Ayura.
It's just pseudo dragons
Should I
in
have given
general.
Should I have given a rogue a pseudo dragon? This is the question I'm starting. Anyways, Ayura. So Aira makes a death save here. Aira has a special interaction with death saves. If she fails a death save, she dies.
Oh.
She is what is called a Servant of the Void, out of character. This is a special faction, and they all have the same interaction here. If they die, they die. Where's Aira's sheet? It doesn't matter because she doesn't get any bonuses. That is a success.
Oh, thank God.
I couldn't tell what it was there for a second. All right, Aira succeeds on this one. She's still breathing. Zhao, it's now his turn.
All right. Well, Zhao's gonna use his fancy little cleric thing that he does. Yeah, he's gonna use his action. He's gonna cast use his channel divinity for this disciple of life. Is that it? Nope, that's not it. Preserve life. There we go.
Yeah, preserve life. Okay.
So choose any creatures within 30 feet of you and divide those hit points among them. This feature can restore. Yeah, so no more. Okay, so let's see. What's his HP pool? Is it 5 times your collect levels? So that's 35 HP he gets. So
He just gives everyone 35 HP.
no, he gets a total of
okay.
35 that he can divide. What's 35 divided by 3?
It is 11.3, 11.2, 11.29 repeating or something.
All right, so somebody gets 12.
Okay.
Right, what's half of 59? Is that?
That is 29.5.
Yeah. Okay. So if he gives himself 11, okay, yeah. So he'll give himself 11. He'll give Rel 12.
Okay.
And then give this chick 11.
Okay. Is Amalia not in his range?
No.
Okay, got
It's 30 feet.
Gotcha.
Yep. And then with that, he is also going to.
Cool.
Well, he doesn't really have any nice bonus action spells, so he's gonna he casts daylight. He's gonna bonus action masculine word.
Okay, cool.
And what is the radius on this? Oh, I can't tell.
Make a concentration check for him as well. By the way, he took
For
20
what?
damage. Stygian breath. He took 20 damage.
Yeah, but what's he concentrating on?
Is daylight not concentration?
No.
Wow. Okay.
Anyway, so that's it's just 3 plus 2 plus 3, so 5. So that's 9 points of healing.
9 points of healing to everyone?
It's a range of 60 feet with
Ignore
up
this.
to 6 creatures that your choice can see within range. Yeah, so is that 60? Can he hit? He can.
Okay. So 9 points of healing to everyone within 60 feet.
Yeah, which
Got it.
is literally everyone.
Damn, fucking life clerics, man, with the fucking saves.
How much?
You're at full, so it doesn't matter.
So that's 4 plus 9. 9 points of health.
Okay.
So
Gotcha. Is that the end of his turn?
yeah, that'll be the end of his turn.
All right, and it's Yu's turn. You are finally free to do things.
Okay. I'm gonna test out my Eldritch Blast just a second. Mainly because it didn't add to my sheet like it should have.
Oh, are you just testing it right now? Okay, so go ahead and make a couple of rolls, and we'll call these test rolls.
Okay. Because I just had to add it, right? Is
That's
that
fine.
correct?
Roll damage.
What the fuck?
It's using your strength.
It's using your strength, so go in and change that.
Okay. It's Charisma, right? Or...
Yeah, it's Chris. Do you have Agonizing Blast right
no,
now?
not yet. Okay.
Then it's nothing. It doesn't add anything.
Okay, reroll it. Okay, there we go. Alright.
Cool.
Yeah. You isn't technically pleased with it just swiping at her yin. So she's gonna move here, and she's gonna Eldritch Blast it and say, "Fucker! Leave my fucking pseudo dragon alone, bitch."
Okay.
It's 2 blasts, right?
Yeah, because y'all are level 7. 20 hits, 22 hits. Go ahead and roll damage on both of those. Nice, 9 points of damage. That's damage. Haha. All right, so like I said, he's looking rough, very much still in fighting shape. And as his turn comes around, he kind of bellows for a second, And you notice both of the dragons are moving, or both of the drakes, rather, are moving slowly. They seem to both be affected by the same conditions. And he...
The weakness has consumed me, but it soon will consume you, and I will grow from your ashes.
And he is going to murder the fuck out of somebody.
So does he still have to make a dex save?
He does. Yeah, I'm just gonna rule it like this for now because I need to go talk to some DM friends and figure out what the fuck this spell's all about. Because like rules as written, it's actually useless in that case, and I don't think I ever really run it like that. Even with advantage, he succeeds though, so he takes 20 points of radiant damage from it.
Yep.
Which he seems to be rather hurt by, and he is gonna go ahead and roll. Okay. All right.
No, please, Yar's mercy! No!
He is going to swoop over here and just spit on the ground, and this huge, like, oily black, dense shadow material just spreads everywhere. I'm gonna roll the damage and tell you if you even need to roll a con check or a con save. Yeah, that would knock you unconscious no matter what. So, roll one for Zhao. I'm sorry, he rolled 3 6s in a row. Well, he's rolled 2 6s. Oof. So you, Zhao, and Ayura are all unconscious right now.
How much damage did it do?
44.
It
Oh
says
my
it in chat.
fucking god! Does it?
Yeah.
Oh god! Balls and fucking wieners.
He is looking extremely hurt right now, as a note. Balls and
What? I set my health to 0.
All right, that's going to end his turn. This one is going to swoop over to you. It's going to take a swipe at Yin on... No, it's... So it has 2 options here. And in case you haven't figured out, this one can't use Stygian Breath.
Well, they seem to be linked, so I feel like it's
Yeah, this one doesn't even get to reroll on its turn. It's going to... It's gonna go ahead and take a bite at Yin first. 22 to hit. That hits.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, Yin is at 20. Yin is at 4 HP right now. It takes 21 points of piercing damage, and the Shadow Drake is going to try to also make a tail slap against Yin, which is going to hit. Yin is unconscious.
Yep.
So, yeah, just the damage between these 2 attacks would have brought Yin to 0 this turn. All right, and Yin is unconscious. You now have only you and Amalia actually left up right now. Roll me a death save, please. Keep in mind that your previous failures go away.
Yes, I know.
Okay, making sure.
All right, that's success.
Success. Amalia, it's now your turn. You just watched this fucking thing just... And all of your friends just got consumed by this shadow, and all... As the shadow faded, they're all just now laid about. Really fucking sucks, because both you and Ayura had mirror image on.
Yep.
Yelp, it didn't have to make attack rolls, which is fucking lame.
This one does.
Could I hit that? Actually,
Yeah, you can.
come over here.
Fucking dip back in that corner like, no, please.
I'm gonna shoot at the one with Hex on it.
Okay, go ahead.
Please have mercy.
The 24 hits. And that is 9 points of damage. It's still standing.
Isn't that...
Oh, I'm sorry. That's
11.
11 points of damage. Look, I can math sometimes, okay? Occasionally, I do the maths. It's still standing, though. It is still looking very, very, very hurt. Another attack like that might fell it.
Please.
That is the end of your turn. Yin,
Can't
make a
do
death.
anything else.
Yin, make a death save. It's just a d20 roll.
D20 roll.
Mm-hmm.
7.
That's a failure. Ayura, make a death save. Oh.
She did.
Oh no.
Oh no. Hold on. Hold on. Wait. Just a minute. Oh. Hold on. And the soul. Okay. Yep. Nope. She's dead. Ayura dies. Fucking big rippy. All right. Shall roll a death save. Oh, just a success. You. It is your turn.
Please.
It's like, oh god. Like Zoink Scoop. I'm the DM that designed this encounter. Test ran the encounter like 5 times, and I'm on the edge of my seat here.
It hasn't failed to get back its breath.
It hasn't. It's been ridiculous. You have options.
I do have options.
I think it's dead on its next turn. It's dead on its next turn.
It could be. You don't know how much HP it actually has.
It takes
But it could
20
be.
damage, guaranteed.
Yep. It could take 40 as well.
You whips around to the other one, ignoring this one.
Uh-huh.
Get your ass back up, Zhao, and I healing word him. And then I Eldritch Blast the one that's next to him.
Okay. All right. Sure. Roll that healing word.
Board.
Zhao's conscious with 4 health. Roll the Eldritch Blast. The 10 misses. 20 hits. 7 points of damage. It's still standing. It's still standing. However,
It dead as fuck.
you have brought it below the 20 HP threshold, which means as its turn starts, it rears back, and the Eldritch Blast hits it, and it curls its head around to look at you, looks at Zhao, opens its mouth like it's about to bite down on Zhao, and Zhao looks up at it and just raises up middle finger and says, fuck off. And then the Guardian just strikes out at it, and it just burns away. The shadows dissipate. The room fills with light. And combat is over.
Oh god. Oh god. Zhao! Heal!
Yeah, I imagine Zhao would immediately use whatever heals he has available.
He's gonna cure wounds roll.
Yeah. Someone.
DM needs to look at their notes.
Amalia, do you have healing hands?
What do if Ayura die?
What? Why?
Yin.
Don't you have something for her?
I don't have any more spell slots.
Oh.
Plus, that's 9? That's 9.
Use healing hands.
Thank you.
Okay.
How
Yen
much
has 7
is
health.
that?
It's your level.
Okay, I wasn't sure.
Yeah, you got it. It's lay on hands, but it's equal to your level instead of 5 times.
Yeah, I'm gonna rifle through her stuff.
Of course you are.
Yeah, of course
She's
I
been
am.
dead like 12 seconds. Like,
yeah.
As a note, the color of her skin has faded. The little bit that's shown was always kind of this weird, like, ashy color. And now you see, like, as you lift it, she is just the stone gray. You start rifling through her stuff. You lift the mask, and you see... Yeah,
Can I see her doing this from here?
absolutely.
Yeah, I'm gonna shoot an arrow past her.
Okay, roll an attack roll. Okay, yeah, soars past. The AC of the air is not very high.
What?
Go ahead.
Excuse me?
No, what did Rin say?
Oh, I said the AC of the air is not very high.
Oh.
Anyway, continue.
What do you think you're doing?
Going through her stuff? She's dead.
And you'd rather go through her things than...
To figure out who she was? Yeah. Yeah, what?
Zhao just lets out this long.
Can you cast Gentle Repose on her? I don't know. We only got one diamond left.
I think somebody could.
I don't know if Shao has that prepared.
Amalia knows
He
the
probably
ritual.
does. Yeah, Amalia does know it as a ritual.
Oh, okay.
Cast it.
Sure. Okay. So you cast Gentle Repose on her.
And you said I pull back the mask and I see what?
You pull back the mask and you see what must have been a beautiful woman. She looks fairly young, maybe late teens, early 20s, and she has these really strange patterns on her skin. You can tell the color of her skin has now faded into this weird stone gray, but before you caught these splotches of almost like really bright white, kind of bluish white. But it's also outlined with this marbling throughout the skin of these dark gray patches throughout it. And where the dark gray patches are, in between them, where the bright white was, there are these almost wavy patterns. And you kind of recognize this for a second. It kind of sparks something in your head for a minute. This is she is an air genasi. Yeah, and you begin rifling through her things. She has a pouch on her. Go ahead and make an investigation check, though.
Neat.
And you can have advantage because you're searching a corpse.
Neat.
Yeah, it's not like
28.
it's... Okay. Oof. Yeah, you sort through. You end up finding, of course, she has a bag on her. And on top of that bag, she has she has 3 different pouches. And then one that you didn't expect to find is she has a hidden compartment in the bottom of her shoe with this tiny square box. It's unlabeled and unmarked.
Can I open it?
Yeah, you look for a second. It's kind of like weird. You're like, how the fuck do I open this? And then you see there's this tiny seam on the end of the box. And you open up the end of the box, and it opens up with a little hinge that's hidden on the inside of it. And inside there are a bunch of tiny, what look like, I'm not entirely sure what these are. They're maybe herbs. They're little capsules of something.
Would
Zhao, you know medicine.
Yes, hello?
What is this?
Sorry, I was zoning out trying to block the memory of you looting a dead body like 5 seconds after it died.
I don't know who she is.
Looking at it, he takes it. Oh, that smells foul. Oh my god. Oh, he sticks it back in the box. I don't know what that is, but don't use it. Oh,
He doesn't get to make a medicine check.
oh no, because this isn't medicine. You can roll a medicine check to see what he gathers from studying it.
Sure.
Sure. He studies it, he smells it, he makes the he relays the information that this is something almost seems synthetic or chemical in nature. It's a similar smell, he says, to some more illicit substances that you can get across the sea.
Illicit, like poison?
Like drugs.
Okay.
But that doesn't necessarily mean these are drugs. They seem to be some kind of synthetic something. He would guess it's more in the tune of alchemy than medicine.
If I had to guess, since she said she was a spy, it's probably her kill kit.
It could be like a really powerful poison. I don't know. I'm not versed in this thing in particular. It smells awful, and I feel like I should scrub myself after handling.
All right. Roll pockets the box.
Okay.
Is there any documentation?
I don't know. That's what I was looking.
You look through the pouches. The pouches are pretty simple. One of them contains several vials and stuff. Just looks like a potion pouch. There's like probably 12 different potions in total in here. And one of the pouches has scribbled notes on a couple of loose sheets of paper, and they are all about the fallen king. They are written haphazardly kind of all across these pages, and the handwriting is atrocious, so they're kind of hard to read, but you get the gist of what most of them are saying. It's essentially explaining like who the fallen king was and stuff like that. This just looks like studies she's done.
Put all that back and
the third pouch is a spell component pouch.
okay. Yeah, I put all that back in.
Okay.
Where I find it, except for the box.
Okay, cool. So you pocket the box. Gotcha. Just like, so was all of this worth it? And thank you, Amalia, for helping with her body. I can probably carry her back. She's not very big. She's actually really light.
Well,
He like kind of picks her up a little bit. He's like, she weighs like 15 pounds.
yeah, let's check out the sarcophagi, and hopefully there's a diamond or something in there that we can use. We have one, but I'd like to keep that in case we need it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you're investigating the sarcophagi.
Yep.
The shadow that was seen inside the sarcophagi before is completely and totally gone. And inside you see a casing for what should have been an axe. A big axe.
How?
Like a pole axe.
Wait. Okay. I'm guessing someone stole it before they actually got sealed.
Well, the question is, who? How?
I don't know. I mean, I'm not the person who made this. People steal things and scatter it around at last second, or maybe they somehow leaked out and spread it elsewhere. I don't know.
I wonder.
What?
Rel's gonna pick up the casing.
Okay.
And think about the axe.
Okay. Pick up the casing and you think about the axe. Think about it really hard.
Like wanting it.
Like wanting it.
Yeah.
Nothing appears to happen.
Damn. Alright, I tried.
There's a moment. No.
Is there anything else in there?
Yes. Below, there is a stack of boxes. All the boxes are about 5 by 5 inches across and wide. And they are all unmarked. And these boxes do not have a top to them. They are filled to the brim with treasure.
Okay, we're going to look for an artifact thingy that she thinks this is in here.
Mm-hmm. So you start digging through these boxes. Do you just take them out and dig through them while you're sitting here, or do you carry them somewhere and do it?
Should we move somewhere, or do you...
Let's look under the boxes first.
Okay. We look under the boxes first.
Okay, you look under the boxes. The only thing you find is at the bottom of the sarcophagus, which is fairly large in its own right, but you quickly realize that it's bigger inside than it looks outside. It's very bizarre. Go ahead and make me an investigation check.
Who?
Anybody that wants to.
Okay.
Oh, alright. 27.
16.
Okay.
Where'd it go?
Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. If it makes you feel any better, Rel got to do almost nothing that entire fight.
I did, yeah.
Good.
I casted haste, stunned you guys, and then just went unconscious. So you know, I did literally nothing.
You nearly got us
You
killed.
almost fucked us over, actually.
I did, yeah. You're correct.
Haste is scary. You have to be very careful with that spell.
Very
It's-
careful and then
it's a
get the fuck out of Dodge.
super high risk, high reward spell. Super worth it if you can pull it off. It's crazy.
I didn't think there were going to be two of them.
Yeah, I know.
I
I'm sorry.
was like, oh my god, there's fucking two of them because there's two different voices.
I tried to foreshadow that. Haha, shadow. So haha. Rel, there's a little latch at the bottom. It's hidden really well and it's hard to see, but you find it, your fingers scrape over it and you're like, wait a goddamn second.
I open it.
You open it.
Oh no, please.
Second.
Yes.
And that's
open
where
it.
we'll pick up next week's
No, don't you do this to me.
No.
So
Watch, it's gonna be its gaming room.
yeah, you open it up, and underneath
Oh my
there's
God.
an Xbox 360.
No, get out of here.
I'll take
Leave that one shot alone.
So underneath, you open it up, and you find something interesting. It is a mask, or maybe a helmet is the better word for this. It is a headpiece in the shape of a black dragon's snout.
I look at the bronze one's mask. Are they similar?
Not quite. No, this is much more ornate and much more complete. The bronze one's mask is an actual mask. This is a headdress. This is a helmet.
I'm gonna regret this, but Earl puts it on.
Okay, put it on. You do not feel anything.
Okay, good. I imitate a dragon.
You're horrible at
You
that.
grow wings and begin flying. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh.
No, yeah, nothing happens.
I just pictured Rail just childly doing the rar face with the
Absolutely.
dragon mask, like a child.
Absolutely. Holding up her hands too and
Yeah, you might have to try to attune to this, or maybe identify it over a span of time.
Let Amalia identify that. Please.
But I look pretty.
I'm sure you think you do.
If you want to look pretty, I can give you this mask.
No, I'm good.
God.
I take it off and hand it to Moya.
Okay. So, Amalia, are you identifying it?
No, I'm stealing it from Rel.
Perfect. Okay, so
No,
this
I'm-
begins the Great Caper,
What?
where Amalia
Uh-huh.
flees.
Just run back to camp. But yeah, I'll identify it.
This is a mask with rather unique properties. You identify it, and you start to see little bits and pieces of its magic and how it functions, and it almost seems like it's meant to kind of bestow upon you some, at least a little portion of the power of the Fallen King, maybe. But it's very complex, and it takes a little time to really understand what it does. But this is the helm of the Fallen King, and I will give you an item card another time because I do not have the item card in Roll20.
I'm kind of
I'll make it up here in a
scared
second.
since
But
it was clearly malicious. I wonder if the thingy is
You-
malicious.
as you finish identifying it, its magic seems to like ebb and flow a little bit. Is the interesting part about it. It almost seems like there's more to it than what you know.
It's fucking cursed.
It could be, or it could be something else entirely. You don't know.
I'd rather make sure it's not cursed.
Yeah. So
Mainly because the guy or Drake thingy was clearly very evil.
I would relay all of that to them.
Gotcha.
But you is kind of sort of digging, and I guess she's gonna count how much is here while she was identifying.
Oh, buddy. Just make a mercantile check. There's a bunch of gems and coins and everything. Your best guess here, probably about.
Do I at least find a replacement gem for Amalia?
What do you mean?
1,500, I think you needed?
1,500 silver?
Yeah, 15.
Probably, because in these boxes between the four of them, your best guess here is that there's about 25,000 silver worth of treasure.
25,000?
25,000.
Make sure this is right. Not the 4. Minus the 4. Right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay. Hey Maya, here's here's a cheaper gem for the emerald.
Oh, right. And I hand her the emerald back.
Okay.
2,500 worth of silver.
Is there a diamond in there?
Is there a diamond in here?
There are many diamonds.
500 gold worth of diamond.
Easily.
I'd say just take all of the diamonds.
We're going to take all the diamonds. And the silver. Is there any particular gemstone that you guys are looking for, or will be looking for later?
Not that I can think of. I just kind of happen upon magic and stuff.
It's stuff, man. It's stuff. That's where we're gonna end the session for now.
Okay, we'll get a more detailed list later.
Yep.
XP.
Oh god, a lot. Hold on.